Let's go, let's go.
Hello. Welcome.
Hi, everybody.
Oh, we're cheating. Okay. Hello.
We're cheating? I wasn't aware.
Well, you didn't look at the thing, so that's good. We want to save. Hello, Mason. Ah, Mason. Perfect. The
Hi,
person I want to
Mason.
see. I'm gonna show you how to do the thing you wanted to do with the 3D models. I just totally forgot yesterday, and it's honestly easier for me personally to just do it live. So if you don't mind, we will
And then
do that.
everyone gets the benefit of
Mason,
seeing how
these
it's
streams
done too.
will for the foreseeable future be starting at 8 Eastern Standard Time, so a half an hour earlier than normal, for the rest of time until it changes
Just
again.
Ori and I like
Basically,
not feeling like we have to go straight from stream to bed.
It's so we don't have to go straight from stream to bed. It's so that there's definitely still like a little wind down time from stream before having to go to bed at a normal person time. And on top of that, Mars now no longer has weird night shit going on, and so she can be home.
No more night classes.
For
Yay.
this time now, because that was honestly the main reason why we had later streams, was just Mars had late class or whatever, and work, clinic, whatever it was, and couldn't always make it reliably for earlier times. So this is
truly
the
dark ages.
8 is as early as we'll push it. 7:30 is always kind of fast, kind of early.
7:30 is good for Ace Attorney time.
Well, specifically
Could be
because
a bit
Dylan
much
wants
for other
time
streams.
to game with people afterwards, but he has other people he wants to do things with. How dare him?
I know, how dare he touch grass?
See, if I type in cleric, that's not really what I want.
Meanwhile, today I've literally been reading manga all day and it's been beautiful. Hiya, Pastry Puff!
Hello, Pastry Puff! None of these are the vibes that I want.
Oh no!
Armor.
You gotta find the vibe. You can't not have the vibe.
So, what are we doing today? Well, first I'm going to show Mason how to do
welcome to our new segment called Making Time.
Yes. There you go, Mars. Why don't you start while I try to look at this thing?
Yes, of course. So, what is making time? Well, as an artist, there's quite a lot of stuff that artists would like to do, but sadly, there's not very many hours in the day to do so. Also, Waffle, hello. Glad you could join us.
Hello, Waffle.
So, what is a poor, hopeful artist to do? How does an artist continue learning, continue growing, while also getting to try out all the really cool shit that they want to do? Well, if you have a stream, it's very simple. Do all of that on stream! And in the process, teach our fellow chatters, you lovely, lovely audience over there, how to do some of these really cool things as well, because we know a lot of you are artists, and perhaps you would like to learn alongside Ori. And don't worry, for any writers in the mist, I feel your pain. It's still very interesting from the outsider's perspective. You may make up a trick or two.
It could also be helpful when writing characters, because you still have to write what they look like. So
most definitely.
Could certainly still
well, if you go into writing backstories for characters, if you want to flesh them out a little bit more, we could always do that.
Mars, your
but first we
character
need a
uses
design.
A sickle, right?
A sickle? No, it's a scimitar.
A scimitar.
If we're talking about my current character, Rikuriti, she uses a scimitar.
Scimitar. Let's look at the scimitar. Oh, okay. It's the nearly a pirate weapon.
Yes.
It's not a cutlass.
The nearly a pirate weapon used by the cleric who used to be a back alley doctor.
And is now a librarian. So, you know, she's got a
now
lot going on.
Consistency, we have none.
Okay, so let's begin on everything.
Guys, you ever feel like you create a character so good and it's just like, damn, I should have saved this for a long campaign? I get that way too friggin' often with too many of my D&D characters where I'm just like, fuck, I really like this character and now I'll never get to play them again because the journey's over.
Thankfully, Mars. Hello, PCM. This is a longer campaign. It's not a mini campaign. So you will have a fair amount of time
I think
with
I'm
her.
going to be satisfied character-wise with where Rikuriti ends up.
Yeah, exactly. Well, PCM, you've joined. So, what are we doing today? Well, first let's start with Clip Studio Paint has a lovely things. Lovely 3D model features that you can use in order to really help, especially when doing a comic. So now, what's fancy about them is you can save character sizes and body types after you make them. And you can edit the model. So, give it a second to load here. There we go. Alright, so we have... This is just the drag and dropped out male body dude on Clip Studio. Full built-in with all Clip Studio Paint options. Down here at the bottom, there's a little wrench that's settings. And, oh, you can't see the settings. There we go. Here's the settings. The settings, you can come down here to 3D drawing figure. Ooh. You click that, and now, if we move this over a little bit, let's try and make it so we can see everything on the screen at once. There we go. You can move it around and adjust it, so basically this little, like, cross section, I can make it a thicker person, a beefier person, like, less, not really beefy, really lean, really, like, beanpole-esque, you know, and anywhere in between, so I can sort of just move it around. But, okay, what if I, you know, this body type is fine, but I specifically he needs broader shoulders. Oh, well, I can make his shoulders broader on its own. You go to this little bar at the top here, and this bar says the whole body, but you could do head, neck, shoulders, arms,
Turn him into a
hands,
Dorito. Make him Gallo.
Torso, hips, legs, and feet. So if we're trying to make Gallo, we can give him really broad shoulders, but Gallo has a fucking tiny waist. And so you can see here, you can do the whole torso, or you can just do the upper torso, like the chest area, or you can do the ass. Look, you can't see it here.
Y'all wondered about how Cynic got his cake?
Ass.
Ferrix got his cake. This is how.
I will say they're not all perfect, as there is doing something weird in the front here. I don't know what this is. But, that is
you're gonna need hips if you're gonna carry all that cake.
I don't know. There's a little something going on. But, yeah, Gallo has a skinny mini waist. And he has smaller hips, so then we go to the hip level. These tiny hips. We're making Gallo. Alright. Let's say, okay, and then we need to make him beefier arms. Gallo's got arms for days.
Okay, Gallo's proportions are fucking scary on a model.
These aren't, I'm not looking at Gallo, so I don't really know.
Anime.
Okay, yeah, he's got the whole fucking bakery.
Wow.
Yeah. Head, shoulders, knees and toes. Alright, great. Let's pretend I love this. This is my character's body type. Okay? This is him. We need him. He's the perfect height, right? Let's compare him to, like, one of the Hotsons. Let's pick the correct Hotson. Let's compare him to Hotson. Alright, he towers over Hotson. Alright. We like this. This is proper. Okay? I want to save
it's
this.
Gallo and Leo.
God. I gotta save this. A fruit basket at a bakery. Yeah, exactly. Alright, so if I, you know, we don't need,
wow, 9 minutes into stream, I'm already dying. This is a good start.
So now we have our dude that we like, okay? And I want to save specifically his body type, okay? So that I can put him into any model. So we're gonna click on him,
and then... Is this model taller than Aster? I'm not sure, Pastry Puff.
We can check.
Drum roll, please.
Aster. Which Aster is the right one? I think this one is. We'll have to see. Nope, it's not. Aster's a fucking tall boy. He just, 1, slouches, and 2, you rarely see him not sitting when he's directly next to each other. But I will say, in his Hotson, like, one-on-one thing, he's constantly very tall compared to Hotson. But yes, alright. So, we like this. We want to save it. We go down here into the little... Nope, can't see it. Hold on. There it is. Down here at the bottom bar, when I have him selected, there's a little man T-posing with a little plus file. That's not the one we want, I'm sorry. We want this 2 ones that has 2 little pawn dudes in the plus file, and it says save body shape as material. And when I click on it, I can name it whatever I want. So we can say like Gallo test. Okay, and then I have to go in here and I have to find where I want to put it. So where they normally are is you go into all materials, you go to 3D, and then you go into body type. And then you would click OK and you would save. And so what that means is that now, anytime, we're going to use it with one of the ones I've saved, anytime it's like, oh, I need Hotson, right, let's delete this. Anytime I need Hotson, you can do one of 2 things. I can just search for the thing I named it in body type and just type in Hotson. And so this is Hotson. And you can tell it's Hotson because if I drag out the regular dude... Oops, stop. This is my Hotson compared to this is the regular dude model. That's the regular dude model. This is Hotson. And then we have like, this is Milano. Things like that. You can do whatever. And that's how you have it. Now, pretend that instead we have like a pose that I posed the model in a way that is a pose that I will frequently need. Okay? This is a pose I frequently need.
I had to like your Bleach fan art. I couldn't not like it. Guys, the frequency of my checking the Lore of Mars account is really sad. I'm trying to do a better job, really.
But so we like this pose. I'm gonna use it a lot, right? So then we go down to that T-posing man, and it says register full body pose as a material. And I click that, and I do the same thing. I would name it, and I would go to materials, 3D, but then I would go to pose, and then I would go to entire body, because it's an entire body pose. Oh, but what if, I just like... I made the heart hands. Okay, he did this stupid because I'm dumb. But see, he has the heart hands. See, you can see that.
Oh,
but I just need the hands, right? I want to be able to put the hands on any pose model I want. So when you go down here to the little T-pose dude, but you click the little chevron next to him, and you can say register left hand pose as material, right hand pose as material. You can pick which one. Whichever hand has the hand pose that you like, it will translate reverse to each hand. So you don't have to save them as both. You just pick the hand that has it, and then you name it, materials, 3D, pose, and then hand. And then you're done. And then you can drag, so I have this pinch one that I like. I can drag out, you can do a little pinch. If I specifically want it on, so if I don't have the character like selected specially, any hand pose I drag onto him will be both hands. But if I want specifically the one hand to have it, I click it so that I see the little box, and then I drag the pose onto the little box, and now only that hand has the pose and not the other one. Whoops.
Very nice.
And there you go. Alright, that is that. I hope that was educational. Well, now you have it, Mason. Now you can watch the VOD over and over and over again.
Yes.
It's for
and
posterity.
It was only about 14 minutes long.
Even less, because I didn't start right away.
Maybe even shorter, because we didn't start right away.
Exactly.
That's true.
Alright, but what are we actually doing today? And of course, questions are always welcome. That I'm not trying to say. Please ask
any questions whatsoever. Art, writing, the comic, life in general.
Ori, I actually should bring up some reference, should I? I'm showing.
Yes. What are we doing today, Ori?
So there's a lovely artist. Their tag is CritBit. I find that they're mainly on Instagram. But they make really, really, really cool character art and stuff. And let's just try to find a really epic... Look, okay. Open image in new tab? Nope, we're just gonna... Why is this being so difficult?
Because life.
So they do really cool character illustrations, and I followed them for many years, And oh my god, here's another good one. I like them a lot. I love their style a lot. I love their designs a lot. And they recently came out with a course, an online course that I immediately bought right away to take. I pre-ordered it because, God, like, look at this. This is epic. I want this. I want this. So CritBit, right? You can see it there.
It's on the level
Go
of
follow
Genshin
them.
Impact characters where the level of detail is gorgeous,
good.
but oh, the colors just
it's so good. It's lovely.
Breathtaking.
I love everything. It's so good. It's so great. Please go check them out on Instagram. God, it's so good. So they have a course, and I've bought the course. The course has been out for over a month now, and I have yet to do much of it because time and constraints and things like that. But I really want to, and so that's what we're doing today. So Ori went and watched the videos up to a certain point. Originally it was going to be just like, oh, I would watch one video and do it, but I did have to get to a point where there was actually like things for me to do on stream, so I watched a few of them. But basically what we're doing is we're doing character design, and the goal of the course is to make 3 characters by the end of the course. So my goal is to do it with well, now it's Pathfinder characters of Mars, Dylan, and Doug, because I just started DMing a campaign for them, and I thought that was the perfect way to do it, was to do that. Yeah, brain. Big brain. I said big brain words. So
the brain is happening.
Because it is a paid course, and because I find watching other people's videos on stream kind of lame, if they're long, I'm just going to be sort of going through what I'm doing based on what I learned from the thing. So basically these were like downloadable things from them, but the idea is what it is. You know, they like made this template, but like it's not a difficult template. You can make your own pretty easily, and the only reason I didn't was time constraints, if I'm being honest. But basically, they tell you to get reference for the character. Okay, so we have 3 characters here. And let me actually make it so I can see what you guys are seeing on stream again. Good.
Smart
Beautiful.
idea.
Okay. So this is for Dylan's character. His name is Xiomar Castillo. And they tell you to do, so you have mechanicals, archetype, and inspiration. And basically how they described it was mechanicals are like, this is specific reference. Like, I will need to draw these boots. So I got these boots as a reference, right? I need to draw a gun sword, and there's a specific Pathfinder gun sword that I can't remember what it's called. And this is specific Pathfinder official art of said gun sword. So that's there. And then this is just another gun sword for, you know, inspiration. And then this is specifically the outfit that Dylan liked for his character. I don't know if I'll do it 100%, but
I love
very good there. Then we have archetype. Archetype, they tell you to do like sort of the vibe of the character, like pose ideas and this sort of thing. And the character is very specifically, I know for a fact, based on Inigo Montoya from The Princess Bride. And then, of course, put some boots. As he is like he's a swashbuckler battle dancer. So he's a dancing thing. And it's very cool. So I thought these were some fun poses from Inigo Montoya. And then this is a very Puss in Boots, like he's dancing kind of vibe thing here. So I liked those poses and these vibes. This is just, I liked this goblin. Dylan's character is a goblin. Honestly, this could probably be in this category. That's kind of with the other goblins, but I didn't have that much room. But it's just, I looked up like goblinos, you know, like characters to try and get an idea of how I would want to draw a goblin character. And that's what these are too. I know Dylan likes big ear, like long-eared characters. He likes specifically like the night elves from World of Warcraft. They have really long ears. So I thought some long ear goblins would be fun. I really like this gives Beast Boy, right? And I'm just trying to get like...
It really does.
A sort of goblin-y vibe.
It's the smirk that's helping.
This is Dylan's profile picture for the character currently. So I have that in inspiration as well, as sort of an idea of what he's doing. This is actually a specific kind of dance This is the whirling dervish dance, and what it actually... So whirling dervishes were specifically, originally, to my understanding, a religious thing that got into a performance thing specifically in Egypt, and they wear these specific kinds of outfits. And so Dylan specifically said, I was like, Dylan, what kind of dance are you doing when you do, like, your battle dancing? And he was like, the whirling dervish is he's very spinny, he's very this. So I'm taking inspiration from the costume, and that's why it's, again, inspiration is where this is, like, the least amount of copied, and this is like the most amount of copied, if that makes any sense. And then lastly, I don't even remember what I searched, but I searched something. I think I searched male battle dancer, and this guy came up, and he was just a vibe with the pose. He definitely is. And the swoosh of the cape, and it was just
swoosh of the cape is very lovely.
Very interesting vibes.
Also beautiful.
So that's Dylan's character. Then we have, this is Tricky Pick Rickson. Sadly, there are a lot of less images. I couldn't find, I didn't need a lot, and I just couldn't find a ton. Main thing is he has a war pick as a weapon. So I got references of real war picks in order to reference. And then he's a kobold, and so I sort of have in two spaces. This is the image that he uses on his thing, and he specifically mentioned to me he really likes the outfit of the character, and so that is the main thing. I gotta say, I hate how Pathfinder kobolds look with a burning passion, so I will not be doing this. I find this really gross, but he really liked kind of the flat look instead of like a more dragony look. So I found this character that someone had drawn a couple times, and I also, this is another different official Pathfinder reference of a kobold, which looks better. But then I stumbled across raptor OCs, and honestly, I'm getting a fucking vibe, and I'm kind of leaning towards, I think my kobolds are gonna be more raptor-y, because look at this. I like this a lot, body shape wise, a lot. I really like that. This is another one that's kind of in between.
Look at those legs. That is straight up
look at the
alley.
legs. Whoops. Look at the legs. I love the tail, though, too. And the little spike. I don't know. This is really nice. This is another kobold that I found an image of that, again, is not like the dragony dog kobold that D&D has. So trying to branch out and make a kobold that's specifically a lizard, but not a dragon and not a lizard. Again, raptor, I feel, is really where I'm going to lean in here. And then he's got like a country bumpkin kind of vibe going to him. So honestly, I love this artist. This is ABG Illustrates. Check them out as well. I like their art a lot. But they just had this like kind of country rootin' tootin' character, and I felt that was kind of a vibe as well. So that's the inspiration here. And lastly, we have Mars's. And now Mars can correct me if I'm mistaken in any case. But so basically the mechanicals here was...
oh, I'm vibing with this. These are nice.
Great. She uses a scimitar. So of course I'm going to have a scimitar as a reference in order to see. Now, okay, I will admit this is a little difficult. So Mars's character is a heron bird character. Well, it's a bird character. I can't remember what they're called. They're called a strix. That's what it is. That's the Pathfinder heritage, is a strix.
Oh,
we had decided on the great blue heron as the base, and so that's why I have these great blue heron pictures. We had also decided, if I remember correctly, sort of dark academia vibe, and I just really vibed with this like poofy sweater skirt combo a lot. But now
this is something I would wear IRL, not gonna lie. Like, that's fall aesthetic right there, please and thank you.
But this is where the rub comes from, and that is that Mars is a cleric turned back alley doctor turned librarian, and that's where we meet Rickariti. We meet Rickariti as a librarian. However, she is still wearing armor because she is armored, and you know, because the cleric is the class that she's actually doing, and she's like a war priest cleric, so she's a battle fucking ready cleric. So it's like, okay, how do I balance librarian dark academia with armored? And I ended up coming across these three images here. And a lot of it has the padded quilted armor, which I felt fit really well.
I'm loving that bottom right one.
This one's
the
great.
Vest vibe there is
I just
really
love
nice.
the quiltedness sort of thing going on. Because this is real armor. This padded armor would be underneath your metal armor. And so I like the idea. Well, I think Mars Are you heavy armored or medium armored?
I think I'm heavy armored.
Okay, so while Mars would be wearing more armor than this in theory, I do like this level of armor.
We could take some liberties.
We will take
That's
some liberties.
Okay.
And lastly, because of the librarian thing and just kind of getting some body shape of how I want a bird person to look, one, of course, we found this is CritBit.
I love that Hein is included in the lineup.
It was so good. We'll get to that. This is CritBit did this, like, I guess they're kind of like a flamingo kind of bird thing going on, but I did just kind of like the pose vibe and the shape language. But then I came across this sort of bird character, and I really liked the shape of this bird character as well.
Ooh, that one is nice.
I kind of enjoyed this one. And then I was just trying to look at like fantasy librarian outfits, and I found this one, which is nice. I know we had mentioned shorts once upon a time, Mars, so that kind of was in their brain as well. But then there's this anime, it's called The Royal Tutor, and the main character is the tutor. It's Heine. And this is him. He's very short, but he just has his like cloak is like his
a character after my own heart.
His like jacket is always very like cape-like and very flowy, and I don't know, the hat just screams like fantasy. So I was just kind of like, I liked his design. I'm kind of gonna vibe with it. Scholar, you know, we got fantasy scholar. And so that is where
he did steal a hat within the first session.
True. That is true. So it is very canon, guys. But so these are the vibes. These are the three characters. Now, what are we doing today? Well, what we're doing today is thumbnails. So basically, the assignment for the class that I have to do is draw 6 thumbnails per slot. Each slot is a character. So drawing 18 thumbnails. And basically the idea of that is to get down like a shape language more than anything else. Sort of like very rough, quick sketches of the total vibe of the character. What will happen likely next week, we'll be taking 3 of those thumbnails from each section and refining them down, taking the elements I liked, from the thumbnails, and trying to make 3 slightly more refined characters, and then the week per character, images per character. And then the next week we'll be making 1 really refined character design image from each of those sets of 3. And so that's the goal today. Will I have time? We'll see. I hope so. I hope I've done like a viable amount of work for this.
I can't speak for Dylan's character, but I'm loving the vibes for Rikoriti.
I will be honest, I'm pretty happy with Rikoriti. I'm very happy with CMR. I will say Tricky Pick is gonna be a little difficult. I was not finding a lot of images that I really felt were fitting his vibe. So, you know, again, I was rushing a little bit, and I did have some stuff already done with Dylan's character. Like I had a bit of a board done with like this image and stuff, and I knew about like this sort of thing. So him, I had like been talking about his character a lot, so I knew his character a lot. And then Rikoriti, Mars and I talked through it one day, so I'm talking a lot. I need water. I'm gonna cough. Success reset. And so I'm definitely confident with these 2, so I am going to start with CMR, and what I am going to do is I'm going to save the image, and we're going to go to a place where I'll never remember where it is, but that's okay.
The best place to keep something.
New folder. Character. Well, it's a folder that makes sense, but it, you know, is weird. Reference sheets, and we'll make it a Clip Studio document, and then we'll save it as we need. Whoops. Theomar reference sheet. It seems very cool. I'm glad, MP, and I hope that this sort of information and thought process will help anybody who wants to try and make their characters either written or arted. I'm drawn. I don't even know words anymore. Rickson. sort of just a way to think through it, right? I think it can be useful for people to learn how other people think through processes and sort of get in, you know, find your own way through that, right? Okay, so now that we have that, I'm going to take this and I'm going to find... Nope. I already forgot where it was. I didn't actually. Just clicked the wrong thing. Okay, we're gonna start with CMR. Beautiful. Alright, so what I've done is that this is... Oh, you can't see it. I'll fix that. There you go, now you can see it. This is a little window that that a lot of art programs have. Clip Studio Paint has it. It's called like Subview in Clip Studio Paint. Sometimes you have to do, I think the one used that CritBit was using because they use Procreate was called PureRef, something like that. But it basically is just a way to allow you to sort of have your reference, you know, somewhere on the screen without having to have like a second monitor or something like that. And
that
everything.
Is very nice.
There. So I'm probably gonna put this back where I wanted it to belong, which is not there. It's here. Why are you so tall? I would like to have my layers, please. Oh, I don't need that to be that tall. I'm just being weird. Okay. Alright. Great. So yeah, it just sort of allows me... You can't really see it now, but know that it's there. Know that it's off my screen a little bit here. You can see it on the side here. Alright, so... This is locked? Yeah, it is locked. Good. Alright. I'm gonna make a folder. I'm gonna be nice and neat. I'm gonna name it CMR. Look, I'm doing good habits. Alright.
Or so, he's getting in the habit.
I always sketch in color. That's just the kind of person I am. And I try to sketch in the color that I think is going to be the base color of the character, at least off the start. So CMR, I believe, will be green. I have not been told he's going to be a goblin in any other color. Right now, I'm just sort of figuring out how much space I have per thumbnail to sort of make the character in the pose. Because I need to make 6. And that'll be 6. Alright. This is the part that's gonna get me. What do I want?
Oh my.
I really liked this Puss in Boots hand gesture. And he's supposed to be like a kind of short guy. So I'm going to try and not go into too much detail. We are gonna try. I want him to be small with big ears. I feel like
yes.
Dylan would like that. I feel like we would all like that.
I think we'll all vibe with that. He's just
a small goblin man. How is your... Okay, we need to have like the counter angles of the hips and the shoulders. I don't want to make him too broad. I want him to kind of be small. Very Puss in Boots, which is where he's kind of doesn't have a lot of waist definition. That's kind of the goal I think I want to try and get. Where he would definitely need that like belly dancer like scarf ring in order to show off his hips. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's just the vibe that would be good. Alright, we're gonna have to...
Just a little goblin.
Just a little goblin. Alrighty. How was your day, Mars? This is gonna be the part where I'm talking the least and drawing the most.
No worries. My day was honestly so lazy today because, guys, yesterday I finished my internship. And on Monday, I had my very last college class ever. So I will never be a student again, at least for the time being. We don't know about Dr. I mean, Dr. Mars does sound nice, but that, at least 10 years later. I ain't doing that now. I'm very done with school at the moment. But today was incredibly lazy for me. I woke up, my mom asked me, "Hey Mars, what are your plans for today? Are you going anywhere? Are you doing anything? You want to get some chores done?" And I was like, "Mom, here's my plan for today. Nothing." I am not going anywhere. I am not doing anything. I will live in my pajamas for the day. I'm not even going to do chores. So literally the whole day I read Sasaki and Miyano. The entire day, and I made it through 5 volumes. I am nearly at the part where the anime left off. It's been very nice reliving the whole
It's so good.
show.
It's done really
It's
nice.
just so well done, and there's like little nuances that I'm picking up on going through it a second time. It's so damn good. Like at the cultural festival, I didn't realize that Miyano said, "Let's go get some cotton candy," and Sasaki said, "Let's go to the spicy tasting contest." Because like Miyano likes spicy and Sasaki likes sweet. They were thinking of each other.
Exactly.
It's so cute. God, I can't. This series is so good. It's also really fun to read the afterwards from the author. Like, just see what
It's fun
their
to read
thought
the afterwards.
process
It's fun
was.
to read the
And-
translation notes. There's a lot of extra scenes, like extra little tidbit stuff.
Oh, the extra scenes are phenomenal. They're so good. The colored art in it. Oh, I could stare at that all day. It's so beautiful. But yeah, today was a pretty lazy one for me. Because I was basically like, I refuse to do anything. I don't know if anyone else gets this. And Ori, feel free to chime in. But I feel like, and this has happened consistently, whenever like something comes to an end, like say the end of a semester, after finals, after midterms, or like recently after an internship, my body just collapses. Like, I think there is a conscious moment where my body is just like, okay, you don't need to be healthy or energetic anymore, right? Like, you did the thing you need to do. Okay, well, you've done that for 3 months now, so we're going offline for a little bit. Bye-bye. And I'm like, no, come back. I still want to do things now that I have free time.
No.
Guys, I woke up with chills and I was sniffling this morning and I was like, no, not this. Please.
No, Mars, I can't say that happens to me.
You can't relate to that? No one else's
No.
body just freaking leaves them after something big wraps up? Really?
Nope.
My body just gets tired of staying healthy. Once it realizes, okay, we have downtime, it just fucking falls apart.
Nope. Can't.
Really? Come on, chat, back me up here. I can't be the only one.
Eh.
Can't be. I can't be.
Okay, I think I very much like the look of the cape, and then I really wanted to put the cape into the skirt, sort of the whirling dervish guys. So I feel like that's
Ooh.
the way to bring it in.
Kind of bulk it out that way.
Well, sort of just like he's got like the round, like the cape is actually like round, not like
Ooh.
square, if that makes sense.
I could see that. He'd have a very big cape.
And then having like the pieces so that like the bottom is this like little flashy design bit.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Ooh. I actually did do one other thing today. I got
What's
into an
that?
argument with a Demon Slayer fan. No, I'm kidding.
Oh yeah,
It
she
wasn't
did.
a full-on argument. So, some backstory. I miss fandoms, you guys. You know, I think on Tuesday I was talking about this, how fandoms don't feel as concrete as they used to back in the Attack on Titan and Death Note days, like the earlier days of anime when it was starting to become mainstream. I don't know. I miss it. I miss the connection. So there are a couple forums sometimes on my anime list, and these little discussions pop up in my feed. Hey, Dark Reindeer Gaming, welcome. So
Hello,
glad
Dark
you
Reindeer
could
Gaming.
join. Ori is drawing some of our table's D&D characters
attempting
using
to
a
do
course.
Character design.
Yes.
And learning from the CritBit course on Colosso, which I don't particularly like Colosso. If I'm being honest, I don't recommend Colosso as a platform. It's just annoying to use, in my opinion. Ooh, okay.
MP, that's exactly what happens.
You done reindeer?
You do this to me. You know how much I sacrifice? You're out, Mars. You're done. You're down. We've given you all we got. Now you're on your own. Drink more vitamin C. I don't know. But yeah, so back to that story. You know, there are some forums on my anime list, and occasionally they pop into my feed because depending on what you've liked in the past, what you have on your watch list, your watched list, stuff like that, it'll give you like these little chats that are going on. And I saw one that said, "Oh, the worst season of Demon Slayer ever." I'm like, okay, I'm gonna regret this, but I'm going to check and look at it. Now, this happened a while ago. I actually had posted a response to this person, and I just said, like, I don't think it's the worst season ever. In fact, I think it's really good. And I went into the different reasons why I thought that way. You know, to give a quick rundown on season 4, it wasn't the most action-packed, but it took that time to explore the characters a little bit more, develop relationships, continue developing relationships that we'd seen blossom in previous seasons. And one of the things I personally really liked about it was that the Demon Slayer core were able to act like kids for a very brief moment because, let's be real, they are kids fighting in a war. So it's kind of nice to see them like let loose. And in my opinion, I think it adds to the tragedy of the situation. Like, they should be allowed to be kids, and in any other situation they would be. But instead they're learning sword fighting, and it's going to build.
I'm glad, Dark Ranger.
I guarantee it.
We're a small community, so we remember people and call people out.
Yes.
Not in like a call out way, in like a hi.
This is why we like our small chat. We like being able to interact with you.
Yeah, it's like, yes, do I want more people to like our stuff? Yes. Do I want more people to come to stream? There's a limit. I like new people. It's fun. But I don't want to be like a massive like VTuber streamer where they're like...
I don't want to be one of the ones where the chat is like constantly like ping, 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 like everything's jumping up so fast that you can't keep up with it.
Exactly.
And the only way like you'd be able to see chatters is if they like did one of those like readout messages or something like that.
Yeah.
Like you'd never notice it otherwise. No!
Pastry puff. Knock on wood, I haven't had that happen yet.
Oof. Let's hope it stays that way. That is the worst. My condolences.
I specifically have it like set up though that like if I do find my pen is running out, like I'm so happy that everything is USB-C now because it just means that I only need one cord in my car to charge everything.
Oh, that's beautiful. It's like
okay,
a one-stop
I really like this
shop.
thumbnail already. That's a good one.
It's really coming along. That hat is top tier.
The hat is like required.
The Zorro vibes are very much coming through.
So unfortunately, or fortunately, the hat has to be in every single one. Dylan would be very upset if I didn't. So now I'm trying to do...
oh yeah, so with the Demon Slayer one. So I posted that days ago and honestly kind of forgot about it. Literally today, I got a notification that this person replied again. And one of the things that stood out, basically to paraphrase their response was, "You thought Muichiro throwing paper airplanes was funny? It's amazing how people will excuse bad writing these days." I'm just like, okay, hold my drink. I got a couple things to say. Very politely, but...
I was like, I thought that was horrible. You thought it was cute? And it was like, what the fuck, man? What do you mean? I thought that was the lamest part. And it was like, What?
Ori only knows this because I was sending her screenshots.
The same show?
Like, did we watch the same show? Now, I totally understand people have their preferences. Some people, you know, they want more action than they do the slice of life stuff. And I can respect that. The slice of life genre is not for everybody. Hell, when I was first, like, getting into anime, I thought slice of life was kind of boring. It wasn't really my cup of tea until I found a type of slice of life that I enjoyed.
Yeah,
and now I'm kind of all about it.
Slice of life is still not my favorite. It has to be with a funny twist.
Yes.
Right? Like, Mr. Villain's Day Off is slice of life.
It's slice
in
of life,
the framing
but it's
that
following a villain.
Yeah, like in this
He's
framing.
a guy trying to destroy the earth, but you're watching him do the most down-to-earth stuff ever.
Exactly.
My boss is goofy. Like, it's slice of life work culture, but it's also a guy trying to get over the trauma of his last
like,
job.
there's still story to it. You know, I feel like slice of life is very hit or miss. Like, I was trying to watch this one and it was about, like, witches. And I was just like, it's just kind of boring. Like, I don't know.
And it wasn't Little Witch Academia.
No, I saw that and I wouldn't have said that was boring. I don't know if it ever had any more seasons. I never watched anything past season 1.
I think it just had the 2 seasons.
Okay, I only watched 1 season then.
I'm not
into
sure.
it enough.
I might be remembering it as one very long season 1 or 2 short season 2s.
No idea.
2 seasons. I'm not sure. But yeah, so basically I sent this guy back a reply saying, like, I mean, yes. That's exactly what I'm saying. I did enjoy seeing these characters get some downtime and have a chance to breathe for once. Like, it's nice. It's wholesome. And guess what? Now that we're attached to these characters, it's going to hit all the more when they rip them away from us in the next arc. Because that's what they're going to do. So, this guy still has not replied to me. I'm wondering if he will. I'm very curious to see what the response is. Like, will they be open to someone else's perspective or will they double down? I'm not sure. The joys of being in a fandom. I'm not quite sure if this is the experience I was looking for, though. That's kind of why, like, I mostly stick to Instagram and just, like, commenting on people's cool fan art, because then I could just say, wow, you draw them so good. Wow, they're so pretty in your style, and no one complains about that. It's very safe. It's like, as soon as you get to talking about the story, the writing, like, that shit I want to talk about, but it's also stuff people have very strong opinions about. I like to think of myself an open person, but, you know, sometimes the internet is not very kind.
I feel like there are still wrong answers, you know? Ooh, what if he...
It was funny, because in talking to Ori... I sent her what my reply was to this person, and I basically sent back to her, I was like, hey, I can be fair when telling people they're wrong.
And I was like, no, your opinion's right. They're allowed to still not enjoy it, but it's not bad writing. That's like saying Lord of the Rings is bad writing because not everybody loves Lord of the Rings. You know, like, it don't work that way.
Or like saying Lord of the Rings is bad because they spent too long in the Shire in the beginning. Like, that's kind of the point. It's not filler, it's not bulking out the story to reach the runtime, it's actually critical information happening during these moments. Exactly. And the story would not be the same if the journey just started.
Ooh, no. Is that what I want? Is this one?
Long story short, there will be some downtime in Outcast because I like that.
Mars and I talked a lot about downtime in Outcast after that.
Oh man,
and how to get even more downtime in Outcast. Because this is an interesting thing to talk about. You're wrong, Mason! No! Bad! This is a bad opinion!
Oh, oh my god! Oh boy! Oop!
Is it?
Yes, Pastry Puff. Downtime makes big time bigger. Exactly.
Yes.
It's more impactful. It hits harder because you actually give a shit about these characters. They're not just puppets. Like, okay, the fight scenes are cool and they're wielding swords, but do you know these characters? You wouldn't know them unless there was downtime.
Mason.
Man, Mason came for you, Ori.
Mason came for me. What? This is so sad. Do I watch?
Ori's so depressed.
Do I watch Mashley for the plot? No, the plot is stupid, but that's the point, right? They know that the framing is stupid. They lean into it. They specifically make jokes about it. Like it is a comedy.
It sounds
right?
very self-aware.
It's incredibly self-aware. It's very goofy. It's very much a comedy through like a shonen lens. So it has the classic similar like shonen, like the main character's just OP. That's the point. Okay, like that's the point. Okay, this is a different issue, Mason. While it is, I like the opening. Don't judge the anime on that. So, but it's very funny.
A bad opening does not
goofy.
A bad show make.
I enjoy it as like a fun comedic relief sort of thing. You know, it's an enjoyable watch, but it's certainly not. I mean, it's shonen, so it still has like the classic shonen moments, which is like why I watch Fairy Tail. I didn't expect it to. Season 2 is, in my opinion, better than season 1, but it's all just like you have to go into it knowing that the point of the show is to be goofy. You're not supposed to take it seriously.
Kind of like One Punch Man in that sense.
I don't. Your hatred for the opening is fine, Mason.
The hatred from the opening is the same as the hatred for Let It Go. It's overplayed too many times, and because it's in the cultural zeitgeist, you're forced to listen to it. Just because people latched onto it and overplayed it doesn't mean it's necessarily bad. It's just you're sick of it.
Yeah.
There's a massive difference. I'm trying to think, is there any opening I hate? Because I am not an opening skipper. Even when I'm binging anime, I will watch the opening over and over, especially if I really like it. I'm trying to think if there's any opening I did not like of a show that I like. Let me think. This might be a hard one. I'm gonna have to look at my list to kind of jog my memory. Let's see.
Okay, we're just gonna move on from that one. I didn't like that one.
I never skipped the Death Note opening. Zenkyo no Terra, El No Zero. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure openings were always a treat, a spectacle, so I never skipped those. Erased was a good opening. I didn't think, did I skip any openings? Most of these were vibes. Devilman Crybaby had a good opening. Megalobox, I would never dream of skipping that one.
I skip openings because I want that time back to watch more anime.
But the opening can have moments that allude to future plot!
Yeah, but watching it once is good enough.
Ori. But you might not catch everything the first time!
Downtime is important because, for example, how am I supposed to be sad about a character crying if I've never seen them smile? Yes! I'm supposed to be sad about siblings breaking apart if I've never seen them together. Please? Yes. I think, so Mars and I were talking about this, Pastry Pup, and it's the fact that the way that unfortunately serialized media has gone is giving less and less confirmed episodes and forcing you to make sure that the plot moves very quickly because you only are allowed so much time in general
to get everything
to tell your
need
story
to do done.
Right. And so that's the whole thing. Now, you run into a separate problem, I think. I'm not actually upset with you, Mason. No.
Mason, that was a bit. Don't worry. You are allowed to like and dislike anything you like.
But I can be angry about it now.
But that's the fun thing about perspectives. Everyone has different ones, and that makes for better storytelling when we share them.
What was I trying to
like
say?
this one, Mason. I love AOT. I don't think AOT has really had a bad opening in my opinion. Like maybe they've had some like, okay, this one doesn't get me as pumped as the first 3 did, but that's because like the story's trying to take another direction with it and it's becoming more somber. I did try watching Cowboy Bebop. I never got super into it. Like I stopped halfway through. I might return to it. The original Evangelion opening was good. God, the show drove me crazy. I wanted to like it so bad because everyone kept telling me it was a classic, and it just, I was very disappointed at the end. I was sitting there like, where is the classic I was promised? And again, that's just my opinion, and you might have a different one.
But what was
House
I saying?
Paradise I've never watched.
The problem that you run into is sort of, in a way, the opposite with like web comics and things like that. And even just general indie media in general is the speed at which you can get out content, right? If that makes sense. So like a show that is backed by like a big media, you know, like a big company and everything, goes on every single week, right? And without fail until you know that the season has ended, right? And so that means that should one episode be quote unquote filler, again, filler is not a bad word, it's, you know, downtime, right? Downtime, it doesn't feel as slow, I guess, because that one episode, 30 minutes, great, I know we'll probably progress the story next time, right? Look at all the Avatar: The Last Airbender episodes. The downtime is a single episode. You have them playing in the water, you know, with the
Literally
koi.
the episode
That's one
where
episode.
they're hanging out in the village where the big fish is.
Yeah, you have that
entire episode.
You
was
have
downtime.
the episode with the 3 little stories where like Katara and Toph get their makeup done, and you get like Iroh's son's like, so you know, remembering him as his son on his death day and everything like this, and Sokka does something. Oh, it's Appa being lost, all this sort of things, right? You get, that's like a little, you know, downtime bit as well. You get some downtime in the water tribe, you know, all these sort of things. You get downtime in the Fire Kingdom when Aang is going to school, you know, like we get all the, you get the players, the when they do the fireside players, all this sort of stuff. You get these downtime moments, but they're all one episode, and then the next episode progresses the plot some, and then along the way you get, you know, a downtime episode, anything like that. The problem with something like indie media, animation, webcomics, anything like that, is just that you're not uploading every week, and 30 minutes of animation is multiple uploads of comic, right? So Sasaki and Miyano is just an easy example to do. 6 mangas encompass 12 episodes. That's 2 episodes of manga, right? Those manga things take months to make, months to cut out one by one, right? And you're releasing them as you release them. You're not making the whole manga and then, you know, releasing it
and then releasing
weekly,
it one by one.
You know, I mean, certain mangas are in magazines, but it's still slower, right? I think they're mostly like monthly issues. You know, it's definitely a slow, and they're only a little tiny bit of what is the equivalent of a 30-minute episode, right? 22 minutes, whatever it is, and that can lead to Webtoon sort of feeling like it's drag. Yeah, see, exactly, Pastry Puff, exactly. One season Windbreaker, 13 episodes is 5 volumes of the manga, right? I think Dungeon Meshi goes up into like 7 or 8.
Yeah, roughly, if I'm remembering
7 or 8,
correctly.
around there, for 24 episodes. You know, so it is definitely like They move kind of fast. Well, there you go, Mason. Exactly, and One Piece, and all this sort of stuff, because it just takes longer to produce. But what that means is that it can feel, to especially audiences like this person that did not like the downtime in Demon Slayer, that it's dragging. Perfect, Pastry Buff, thank you. 7. So there you go. Now Dungeon Meshi has a lot of stuff going on, and the cooking itself is very important, so it is dragged out a little longer than I think most mangas are, just because of the nature of the beast, but that's still pretty fast.
It's also the point of the manga.
Yeah.
If you were to cut the cooking scenes out of it, you'd be losing the whole purpose of the story's existence.
Pretty fast, right? 24 episodes from 8 mangas that came out, you know, that was a weekly thing, right? So for 24 weeks, it took the manga years to get to that point. We just, in September, it was over. The last manga came out. The last chapter of the manga came out in September of last year. So very, very recently did it finally end, but that amount of content in the animation took months, if not years, to make in the manga. Now, what am I trying to point out here? I'm trying to mean that downtime can feel slower and more arduous if, say, in Outcast, right? I'm talking with Mars, and like, we both like downtime, we both want a significant amount of downtime to happen, and of course we've had these like character moments where the plot is progressing because we're learning about the characters very much, but you know, having like lighter downtime, I guess, it takes multiple uploads to get through what would be a 30-minute episode of downtime, and thus that's every other week, so it could be months until we get back on the main plot of the story, and that can just be you know, arduous sometimes. Yes, Pastry Puff, that happens also in season 3 of Demon Slayer.
That happened, I would argue, as early as season 2 of Demon Slayer.
Is it season 2? Which is the one where they're in like the with Tengen?
That's season 2.
Okay, so season 2, episode 4 hits, and you
cannot
put it down.
Because they would turn the movie into episodes as well.
Okay, that's why I'm thrown off. But so season 2 is like you hit episode 4 and you're going. There is no pause anymore. And again, I think it's done very well, both in Link Click and in Demon Slayer.
Done by design, because they just reached a moment where like shit hit the fan. Like something had happened to Lou. All these realizations were falling into place, and really just like it worked for the situation they had. Like, I'm trying to think back to it. I think season 2 happened. It was either over the course of 2 nights.
It was very short amount of days.
Single night.
I think it was 2 nights.
I think it was 2. But I'm trying to remember if we saw any daytime scenes during that weren't part of flashbacks. I think we did. No, we did, because there was a funeral scene. So that had to happen the next day. I think that season only took place over the course of maybe 3 to 4 days.
Yeah, less than a week, 100%.
Yeah.
Very fast. Very, very fast.
Whereas season 1, that definitely was over the course of months.
Yeah, a long time. So it was definitely like a sort of... There's a big difference to it. But what's nice is that we at least did get time with the characters originally. Right? And then in flashbacks...
season 1, like the noodle episode, you could argue that was downtime.
Yeah, exactly.
It wasn't a big case that they had to solve. It was just, oh, here's their daily lives, they're doing their thing, and now there's some really cute noodle moments.
But the problem that I would say is that I think Link Click is probably under the same constraints that things like the Owl House were, that things like Has-Been Hotel is right now, you know, all these other things that are just
so bad.
Given not enough episodes in order to allow to have downtime, right? Because I think that that story that was told in Link Click Season 2 was as concise as it could be. The pacing felt great, the pacing was fantastic, and it was very, very good pacing-wise. I don't think they could have cut enough out to have then, in that episode, remember, they're given this amount of episodes. They have to make it work in that amount of episodes, right? And so that can be very difficult to then say, oh, I really want to have a filler, but I only have 12 episodes to get through this, like, large, intricate plot, especially in, like, a mystery sort of genre, right? You really need to have all this building tension and things like that. So, it's very difficult. Exactly, Pastry Puff. And that was the biggest criticism, was we really, really needed more time of getting to, 1, explore the world, 2, explore the characters that we're supposed to see grow, that we literally don't have time to have them grow, right? And I don't think that is... But I think that the arc that happened in season 1...
The character that suffered the most from that was Vaggie.
Vaggie suffered. Also, Angel Dust to an extent, you know, with the character growth was kind of sudden at the end, right? We have the setup, but then kind of him being the poster child is kind of like sudden.
You could even make an argument that the song Loser Baby is quote unquote downtime, but it's so brief, it gets cut off, and then there's nothing really following that.
So it's very difficult to get to learn about the characters and have them care so much when things happen to them, right? However, I think that the story told in the first season is a good, proper arc and would have made the perfect good first season, right? Like, from beginning to end. But they needed 24 episodes. Like, you know, they really needed 24 episodes. And it's sad that they can't get that. And it's sad that you can't pitch a show in a way that'll allow you to get the amount of episodes that you need.
One of the biggest things that suffered in Has Been Hotel was the hotel itself.
Exactly.
Like, we should have spent more time with more patrons, more time focusing on Charlie's goal of redeeming sinners. Because then, quick spoilers for the end of the series, cover your ears, but the hotel gets destroyed. Now, it's a big blow to Charlie as a character because she built this with her 2 hands. This was her dream. This was a way for her to save her people. But it's like, it's sad, but it's sad for the character. I don't know if it's sad for the audience because we're just not that attached. Now, if I had to compare this to something else, and this is going to sound really lame, but stick with me. In the new generation of My Little Pony with the main 6, they blew up Twilight Sparkle's treehouse close to the finale. I think it was at the end of season 3 or season 4. That's not the new generation,
just saying.
Yeah, I ignore that one, to be honest.
Well, it's just for
There's a new
clarity.
one?
There's the one with the 3D models.
Oh, that one I'm familiar with.
Yeah, that's the newest one. And then they've made them 2D, and it's real sad. I've watched the whole thing about the design of them, and it hurts. Oof. It hurts a lot.
But think of it this way. They spent 3 to 4 seasons. I forget how many, but it was multiple seasons in this house with the main character in this house, the friends in the house. Like, it was a staple, and now it's gone. That gives time to get attached to the place. Whereas with the hotel, you only knew it for 7 episodes. 7!
And we're not even in it the majority of the time.
In it for half the time. You only focus on it in episode 1 and episode 2. That's it. And how could you get attached to a character or a location with only that amount of time spent on it?
It's definitely rough.
It's one of those things that drives me nuts about streaming culture and also the way shows are being greenlit right now. Like, everyone is so scared that something is not going to be a hit right out of the gate, or they're trying to make it in such a way that it can be binged. But the problem is, when it can be binged, it can't be remembered. Because I gotta be honest, I remember things better when I watch them over the course of a period of time. Not when I watch it all in one go.
We're losing...
That's more like it's in one ear and out one other.
100%, Mason. And the story is very interesting. There's a lot of potential to it. But I would agree, without the music, it'd be a lot harder to have so many people that came to it.
Well, the music carries it because that's where the emotion is. Basically the music, that's as close to downtime as we get.
Yeah.
Loser Baby is Angel and Husk hanging out. And Husk, like, showing Angel, it's okay, I'm in the same boat as you, like, we're in this together. Charlie singing with her dad, that's downtime between Charlie and her dad, reconnecting and bonding. Like, really, the music is as close to downtime as they get. That's our only emotional connection to those characters. But most of the time, the music is used to further the plot. Which is
an argument that I've seen that people are against, and it's like, no, that's how musical music works.
That's what musicals are supposed to do. Musicals are meant to deliver information about plot in a musical form. They're not doing it wrong.
No, that was like an argument. They're like, oh, no plot happened except in the music. And it's like, if you listen to only the official soundtrack of a musical, you should be able to get 90% of the plot. Okay, like I never saw Beetlejuice until much after only listening to the music. I knew what happened. Same with Be More Chill and Hamilton.
Yes.
And look at the love.
Look at the Odyssey.
The Odyssey. Yeah, exactly.
Look at Epic the musical.
Right.
That story only exists in its music. There's no play. There are no actors. There are no visuals. Unless you're watching animatics. It's literally just the music furthering the plot.
Yeah. You should be able to listen
where songs
to
don't
only
further
the
plot
songs
are
and
terrible.
Basically know what's happening.
So I watch a lot of video essays. This is a secret to no one.
Epic is amazing.
And I got curious the other day.
I need it to become a real thing, MP, and Mars and I will go and we will spend 24 hours in a theater.
Oh, fuck yes.
I so would. Let me go back to the Greeks where plays had like 8 acts.
Please, I want it. But what I was saying before, during the Disney Renaissance, there was a video essay I was watching, and it featured Howard Ashman. Now, he was the guy who wrote the music for The Little Mermaid and Beauty and the Beast. And they have a clip of him in that video essay. He was in an interview, and he said, basically, if you can cut a song from a musical and it doesn't change the plot, it doesn't mess with anything, you've done something wrong and you need to fix that song. Because it should be
actually cut the song.
Or just cut the song. Like, if it doesn't belong, if it doesn't further the plot, and it's a musical, it needs to be cut.
Because I know Aladdin had
Pastry Puff, don't let it intimidate you. Just put it on in the background. It's like 3 hours worth of music. You can do it.
Yeah. Pastry Puff, while it
Listen to it on a run.
There's 2 things. While it is fun if you do know anything about the Odyssey, because you get to know a lot more, it is not required. Okay, but if you do want to get the information, Red from Overly Sarcastic Productions has an Odyssey video. Highly recommend, obviously. I know you know them.
Oh, it's hilarious.
So just watch it to, like, brush yourself up on it, basically.
I had to show that video to my parents before I showed them Epic the Musical.
Yeah,
now my mom is hooked on Epic the Musical, and I am vibing.
You don't need it, but it's really good, okay? Honestly, it's not that long of a time. Overall,
it's 3 hours.
It's 3 hours.
Where they currently are with the new saga, it's 3 hours long.
Listen to it. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't have to watch anything. It is very good.
It is not a time sink.
Pastry Puff, if you are a music connoisseur at all, I know music is not for everybody, but I know you are. It is. You will have so much musical analyzing to do.
Oh yes,
I know
you will have music analyzing to do in the leitmotif.
You will have such a good time
in the character themes, in the callbacks, in everything. Have a good time.
This is the song that no one
Also,
likes.
the Wisdom Saga will be released in a couple months. I'm so fucking ready.
But yeah, so it's really good, Pastry Puff. And if I'm being honest, like all the music tropes and everything. No. I already said hi to Enthuse. That's not. But yes, you reminded me by saying hi to Enthuse again, Mars. Enthuse, I gotta tell you, and I gotta tell everybody in chat, if you use any of the like food slang to talk about things, like saying they served, they ate, you cooked, you know, like all those sort of metaphors, right? That is my shit. So thank you very much, Enthuse, for coming in on my little Senate was just eating today.
Oh, okay.
He ate, left no crumbs. Made my day.
I didn't know what you were referring to.
I
got so confused. The build-up.
Oh yeah, MP. OSP is great for mythology knowledge. I don't watch Blue's
Mythology
side of it as much,
Trope
but history
talk
is good.
Great.
I know it is still fun. No offense to Blue, I like Blue. I'm just not a history interested person.
I actually just ordered Blue's book. I'm so excited.
Nice. The architecture stuff is fun from Blue.
Oh, it's so neat.
And then, of course, like, the trope stuff is really good if you're writing and thinking about
trope talk
stuff.
has really helped me become a better writer, honestly. Like, I don't think I'd be as aware without those videos. Like, I used to listen to them as podcasts just to keep my skills sharp.
Trope talks are good for just listening. While they do have visuals, I do like to watch the myths because they just have such visuals going on. Also, if nobody knew, Enthuse, a lot of it is
do you like
recent.
proving yourself? Boy, do I!
Well, okay, so this is a very interesting thing, Enthuse, and there's a whole documentary about it, which is very interesting. But it talks basically, and this is another reason why I love Dungeon Meshi so much, but it basically talks about, like, cooking is what makes us human. Because it not only is something that we only do to, like, consume our meat, but the idea of flavoring it to add spices to being, you know, like all those sort of things over just doing it to survive. The idea of that it's a communal event for so much of history is the act of coming together to feast, to eat, to host, to all this sort of stuff. Baking bread itself is such a staple of civilization, and its invention is so important to the creation of, you know, towns and settlements and everything like that, that it is just such an ingrained part of humanity that it is really being considered the thing that makes us human, which is a very interesting concept to me, which is why I so much love how we do have, like, a significant amount of food in Outcast, and also why I love Dungeon Meshi, because it all comes together and it's so really good. It's also why I like Food Wars. It's like I like a lot of food anime because they take those tropes in it, right? And so it's very, very good and very interesting that way. And that's why I made sure to have tea time with Mars every time we did tea time, because it is such like that is the thing that you do, right? And so it's just very interesting to think about. So that's why, to me, there are so many food idioms, is because it is such an integral part of human existence. It is such a communal part. Everybody has to eat, everybody cooks, right? That it is such a, it's like a language barrier, right? They also talk about that with dance and music, obviously, you know, that, like, it crosses language barriers. But when you think about it, food is a really big one there. So having so many things relate back to food is just sort of a logical conclusion, I would say.
It all comes together.
Okay, I have an idea for this skirt. It's not a skirt. It's like, instead of his coattails, but it's to emulate the whirling dervish skirt.
Oh,
so instead of a cape, it's like his vest, I guess. That's the goal that I'm trying to emulate. Okay, here we go. This is vastly
This is already
improved.
very badass and very flourishy. I love it.
I will say, I'm usually not a big thumbnail person. I usually find that I like one idea and, you know, the first idea and stick with it. I'm with that with a lot of things. I remember, like, looking for dresses for my prom, not Dylan's prom, for my prom, and we, like, found the one. I was like, okay, this is the one I like. And my mom's like, oh, like, you know, I love it, it's great, but you should try on more, you know, just to make sure. And I'm like, no, Mom, I think this is the one. And she's like, you know, I like it too, but just in case, right? We're here, just do it, whatever. And lo and behold, first one. I've done that multiple times. Many times.
Very nice.
So, I will say that is a thing I do with character design. But that, you know, maybe it could be better. But I do find sometimes like, I'll force myself to do, like, more images, and I definitely go with the first one. And I will say, so far, I'm definitely really liking the first one. But this third one, I'm not a fan of the second one. We kind of moved on. The third one, though, is also having vibes.
It's got them dancey dance vibes.
Exactly, it does have them dancey dance vibes. So, we are enjoying. I do need to figure out his hair. Because so far none of them have any sort of hair. Oh, you know what it is? It's a ponytail.
Oh, fuck yeah.
It's such a ponytail.
It has to. There are no other options.
That, because, Enthuse, you can't really see it.
It's inspired by.
But, that is on my reference sheet. There he is. It is very much Puss in Boots and
yes,
Inigo.
Push and Boost.
And Inigo Montoya vibed. So yes. Oh no way, indeed. Yes way.
Oh yes way.
Oh yes way.
Ori gathered her references. She is studied. She knows what she's doing tonight.
Okay, and then he has to have, like, oops, this is the wrong layer. His sword is, like, here. Okay, I do like this one. I am vibing with this third one. Okay.
Hiya, Safe.
Hello, Safe.
You're
giving us money, Safe.
Oh, thank you.
You're giving us money. Hello. Thank you for your money contribution by watching ads. Honestly, seriously though, greatly appreciate it. It's kind of wild that that is a thing now.
Yeah, no, for real.
It's really, really wild. Also,
we are
guys,
hoping this will pay for future Ace Attorney games.
Tomorrow, well, I technically, the only Ace Attorney game I currently don't own is the new investigation ones that has yet to come out. So, technically the channel will have paid for it because at the end of this month we get our first payout.
Woo!
I have seen some Puss in Boots human AU. There is one artist, I think their name is Wither Rave, like wither and decay, and then rave like the party. And they have 1, 2 OCs that I adore dearly, and 2 do a lot of like human AU shit, which is like obviously the opposite of the vibe that I do, but it's really good shit. And let's look them up. Wither Rave.
It's the vibe Ori has, but in the opposite direction.
It is in the opposite. I'm like in the middle. It's certainly something I have thought about doing, like making animal characters into callers, basically. That's not it. I want Wither Rave.
I'm not sure if that's how it works, Safe, but you're welcome to try.
Yeah, I'm not actually sure, Safe. I do not know. Nice, Enthuse. Want that? Okay.
Oh, that's awesome.
Not gonna allow me to find it. Wither Rave. This is you, right? This is you. Okay. Found them. They just didn't want to be found for whatever reason. Oh, they're doing such good...
his name is Puss Enthuse, so you're not wrong.
Yeah. It's just certainly an interesting name.
Human Puss.
Yeah. It's like me saying procreate machine, you know?
Oh, jeez.
It's got the same vibes. Oh, here he is. Bless you. Oh, okay. There was someone who was being annoying, and they're like, oh, I'm so upset that, like, the Puss in Boots human AU people aren't making him Hispanic. And it's like, he's Spanish. Like, it's the point. He's not he's Spanish. There's a difference. Not everybody who
are confusing
Spanish
the two.
is a Mexican. Like, I'm sorry. The Spanish people can be very white, okay? I don't think Cortez was very white. Do we... Please, internet. You're being too woke.
When the internet tried so hard to be politically correct, they forgot about reality.
And it's so good. Okay, and it's so good because this artist does it right because they make... the Chihuahua gets a name at the end. They make him Hispanic because he's a Chihuahua.
That makes sense.
It makes sense. But look, it's so good. This is Wither Rave on Instagram. We love them. They're great.
Okay.
They have 2 OCs.
In the movie though, that's kind of the joke though, because Puss does call him Perrito because he's just like, oh, dog. Like, he doesn't care much about him. But then at the end, Perrito decides, no, I like that name because that's what my friends call me. Like, I want to keep being called that. And it does sound like a name. But also, yeah, you have 2 other characters named Kitty and Puss. Like, we're really not going for Shakespearean names here.
No, you're not. But come on, aren't their designs so good? Kitty looks
They're
great.
Beautiful.
Perrito looks awesome. And then Puss looks fantastic. And then again, look at him with the beard. Such a funny time.
I love the Sinbad vibes
so
this
good.
is giving.
Oh, it's
like,
so good.
Also, straight up Sinbad.
I mean, there you go.
The beard is beautiful.
Have a fun time. But yeah, so
it's so good, Enthuse.
Wither Rave on Instagram.
I love the art style so much.
It's so good. They have 2 lovely OCs named Forrest, and I'm blanking on the other character's name. Of course, I know
Death
Forrest.
With Puss?
Yeah, it is Death with Puss.
Just checking.
Okay. Give me tags. No, why won't you tell me? It's Forrest and something else. Why can I not remember his name?
Okay, Safe, I gotta ask, which is your least favorite Shrek, and which is your favorite Shrek movie? This question also goes out to the rest of chat, too, if you want to answer.
There we go. His name is Zach.
Ah!
But yes, so they're so good. They're so good. Another artist I highly recommend. But yeah, I've definitely thought about doing, like, you know, taking animal characters and making them callers, but there's only so much time in the day.
Well, to add on to this animals to humans AU, I don't know how this happened, I don't know why this happened, but for some reason, the Goofy movie has been making a comeback on my feed, particularly the one where Max is in college. And the human AU for that, I love the interpretation that people did where they've interpreted Max as like, he has long dog ears because he's a dog. And in his human AU, they interpreted that as, oh, he has gauges that stretched out his earlobes. And I'm like, fuck, that's genius.
It is genius. Okay, I'm gonna try to do another floppy ear.
Ah, that's fair, Pastry.
I'm gonna admit, it took me a very, very, very long time before I watched the first Shrek, and if I remember correctly, it's because my mother thought it was gross.
Gotta admit.
And I was like, nope, didn't do it. So I have only
Shrek was one of those movies I was watching at the same time as Wizard of Oz.
I have only seen the first Shrek, and I have only seen it once.
Really? You never saw the second one?
No. I know everything else I know about Shrek from existing in pop culture. So I know many of the characters and the idea and the everything like that. But I have only ever seen the first Shrek once. Goofy movie automatic right there. Hell yeah, face jump up.
I've also been seeing so much Max and Bradley, I think his name is.
Yeah, that's a big ship.
I've been seeing so much of that. And I'm like, how did this end up on my feed?
But I mean,
don't know.
I have seen the Goofy movies.
Oh, they are time capsules.
They're great. Honestly,
they are
really fun
pure time capsules. So good.
I love both Puss in Boots. Safe. I have seen both Puss in Boots movies and remember them very well. But yeah,
also,
Shrek.
Goofy just being a fantastic dad. Like, Mickey,
Goofy's
step
such
aside.
a good dad.
Goofy is putting in
No,
the fucking work.
We are Goofy stans in this household. There is
Hell
no
yes.
other option. I will say Donald is
Goofy
pretty great.
is the green flag.
But Goofy's top tier. You know who else I like? I do enjoy Scrooge McDuck, specifically DuckTales Scrooge McDuck.
Oh, it's got
Very
new
good.
DuckTales Scrooge McDuck.
Yes, new DuckTales Scrooge McDuck. Very top tier.
Scrooge McDuck, specifically.
Yes.
Because that man is a treasure.
He's so good.
Watch it safe, it's so good.
There's the Goofy movie, and then isn't there like another one?
There's the Goofy movie. I think there's an extremely Goofy movie is the second.
Yeah.
And then they came out with a third 3D one that you can just skip.
Oh, that one I don't know about. Which is the one that they do the road trip?
That's the first movie.
That's the first one. Okay,
That's a Goofy movie.
Okay. Because it's like, I remember both movies, but I don't think I ever specifically watched or cared to watch them in order. You know, you just kind of, they're on TV, and you're like, yeah, Goofy! It's a good time. Okay. I have a question for chat. What is your favorite, and Mars, obviously you can answer this too. What is your favorite
thank you.
Disney sequel direct-to-DVD movie?
Oh,
that you've actually watched, because like while the Cinderella 3 one looks like a vibe, I've never actually seen it.
I actually did watch that one. I don't know if I'd say it's my favorite. Let's see. Okay, of the Disney sequels, direct-to-DVD sequels I've seen Pocahontas 2. Have you seen
Cinderella
Mulan 3? I watched Mulan 2 over and over as a kid, and then watching it again, I was like, oh wow, why did I like this?
Did you see
really
Ariel 2, The Little Mermaid 2, with her daughter?
I saw that in passing on TV. I don't remember too much about it.
Pocahontas 2 from Enthuse, alright.
Pocahontas 2 I did see. I'm trying to think. Return to Neverland I saw. That one was interesting. I don't know if I could say I liked it. I just kind of thought it was interesting. Lady and the Tramp 2 I saw. Again, just kind of like we picked it up from Blockbuster and watched it one night. I'm trying to think. What were the other ones?
That's all the ones I can remember.
Ooh, Lion King 1.5.
1.5. Was that
we did like Simba's Pride. Yeah, was 1.5 direct to DVD, or did they put that in theaters?
I'm gonna see. I'm gonna look up Disney direct.
Because Simba's Pride was direct to DVD.
Sequels.
And I did really like Simba's Pride.
With the younger ones?
Simba's Pride is the one with what's her name? It's the evil female lion.
Oh, yeah, I know who you're talking about. Okay, here we go.
She sings That's My Lullaby. Honestly,
ones.
hot take. My Lullaby is a cooler villain song than
Lion
Be Prepared.
King 1.5 is really good. See, I've never seen no, I have seen Simba's Pride. You're right. That is the second one. It's Lion King 2. Yeah.
Kiara and Kovu. That's their names.
Kovu, yes.
Kovu. Who did I say?
I don't remember.
I said Kiara.
Lilo and Stitch.
Kovu?
All the Lilo and Stitch movies are top tier.
I don't know what I said.
I don't know if any of those were direct to DVD though. Maybe the one that's Lilo and Stitch 2 was direct to DVD. And Lilo and
Bambi.
Stitch. Wow, so many of these
I never watched.
Wow,
all the people said
you have to watch that one. You have to watch all the Lilo and Stitches. They're really good. I enjoy them all.
I've never
Lilo
even
and Stitch
seen
2,
the first
I make me
Lilo
cry.
and Stitch.
Okay, hold on. Here are all the direct to DVD animated films: Return of Jafar,
I watched
Gargoyles
that
the movie, Aladdin and the King of Thieves, Around the World with Timon and Pumbaa, Mighty Ducks the movie.
Nope.
Pooh's Grand Adventure: The Search for Christopher Robin.
Oh, I definitely watched that.
Jungle Cubs.
I didn't think of that as a sequel, though.
Born to be Wild. Beauty and the Beast: The Enchanted Christmas. Belle's Magical World. Pocahontas 2. Lion King 2. Hercules: Zero to Hero. Belle, Tales of Friendship.
I don't even know that one.
Winnie the Pooh, Seasons of Giving. Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas. An extremely goofy movie was direct-to-DVD. Buzz Lightyear of Star Command, The Adventure Begins? Interesting. Little Mermaid 2, Return to the Sea.
Lead into the TV show.
Lady and the Tramp 2, Scamp's Adventure. Mickey's Magical Christmas. Recess Christmas, really? Cinderella 2, Dreams Come True.
So much.
Hunchback of Notre Dame 2, Tarzan and Jane.
That one was bad.
Mickey's House of Villains, Winnie the Pooh, A Very Merry Pooh Year, 101 Dalmatians 2. I thought it was called 102 Dalmatians, but okay.
No, they did that for the live-action sequel.
Oh, is that it? Atlantis Miles Return. That's the one I'm putting down hardcore. Yes. Atlantis Milo's Return. Good shit. Stitch the movie. That was the lead into the TV series. Recess All Broke Down. I gotta go with
Lion King 2.
Lion King 1.5 was direct to DVD. Lion King 1.5 was very good. The Three Musketeers, Mickey, Donald, Goofy. Ooh.
Oh, that was a cute one.
Mulan 2. Tarzan 2 is the one where he's a child. Yep, okay, I remember that one.
Oh, I did watch that one.
Lilo and Stitch 2, Stitch Has a Glitch.
Liked it or not.
Pooh's Heffalump Halloween.
Oh, that was cute.
Kronk's New Groove. Underrated. I enjoy Kronk's New Groove. Bambi 2, Lilo and Stitch. Brother Bear 2. Ooh, I did enjoy Brother Bear 2. That had a fun thing.
That one.
That's the one where he has like the marriage and they're like spirit bound and they have to break the marriage in order to like be released of the curse. It had an interesting premise to my, you know, if I'm being honest. Fox and the Hound 2.
It's kind of coming back to me.
Cinderella 3. Little Mermaid Ariel's Beginning. Tinkerbell. Tigger and Pooh, a Musical 2. Tinkerbell and the Lost Treasure. Tinkerbell and the Great Fairy Rescue. I remember all of these.
All the friggin' Tinkerbell
Secret
movies.
of the Wings, the Pirate Fairy,
first
Legend
Tinkerbell
of the Nevergeese.
movie was pretty good.
Yes, same safe. I loved Brother Bear.
Brother Bear 1 was phenomenal.
Brother Bear,
I don't remember anything about Brother Bear 2.
I did enjoy Brother Bear 2. I will say both Emperor's New Groove and Kronk's New Groove, top tier shit. Atlantis and Atlantis Milo's Return, really fun. Again, you know, the animation quality of the second one goes down, but like, it's fine. It's an enjoyable romp, the second one, in my opinion. All the Lilo and Stitch movies, high recommend. They're very enjoyable, in my opinion. Tarzan 2, I only kind of remember. I didn't remember it being bad, but it was just kind of odd.
Kronk is the sidekick to Yzma in The Emperor's New Groove.
Yes, Kronk is Yzma's sidekick.
He's played by Patrick Warburton, aka the best actor ever.
Himbo. Poster child himbo.
He is the best antithesis for toxic masculinity.
He is the himbo.
The exact opposite. He's great.
You cannot get someone more himbo than Kronk.
You really can't. Such a good character.
Such a good character. We stand Kronk. And it's him finding love and being a good person. And, you know, people could say it's cringy, but I think it's overall cute because love can be cringy. I like it. They're goofy.
Especially
He's goofy.
Disney love.
She's goofy. This is a good time. Just a fun romp time. And they talk to squirrels, okay? Like, let it be. Let it ride. They already talk to squirrels. It's a fucking Disney movie.
I think I'll stick with my final answer. Simba's Pride was my favorite.
Okay, my final answer would have to be Atlantis 2.
Zira! That was her name. That was
go.
the villainess. That was the villain lioness. I'm pretty sure. I'm just gonna look it up. I should have done this from the beginning.
I think I'd have to do with Atlantis Milo's Return. I enjoy it.
Villain. It was Zira. Okay.
No, we're not talking about Hercules. We're talking about...
My brain isn't totally dead.
The Emperor's New Groove. Kronk.
Why would a red slipper fly towards your head safe?
Okay, also, has anybody... This is a side tangent. Does anybody know the movie Red Shoes?
No. Sorry.
Okay, so there is a movie, it's an animated movie, and it's a telling of Snow White, and it's called Red Shoes, and it was specifically given horrific PR because it was like, it like painted it as like fat shaming and stuff, and it was like really kind of, everybody was really up in arms about it on the thing, but that is not the tone of the movie at all. And I ended up like watching a video that was like, wow, they did Red Shoes dirty in like PR, right? And that was a whole thing. And I watched it, and like it's not crazy nuts.
Safe, I guess I wasn't expecting that.
I've heard of it, and you saw a video about it. I watched it, Pastry Pup, and because I saw a video about it, how it talked about how the actual theming of the movie was not what it was made out to be by the PR team, which was very unfortunate, what they did to it. And, you know, it was an enjoyable romp. Again, nothing to, like, crazy nuts, but I did like it, and I thought the message was nice. And I ended up following, like, an artist that, like, is pretty in the fandom, and they just drew them again with an Olympics AU.
Ooh.
Because it was, like, the 7th year anniversary of it being out or something. And I was just like, okay, like, this is back in my brain now about this. But basically what it is this girl, she is a princess, and her dad, the king, has gone missing. And she's on the heavier side, and that's fine. She's happy with herself. But she finds this tree, and the apples grew into red shoes. And I can't remember why, but she puts them on, and it turns out that, oh no, her evil stepmom, they were her special apple shoes, and it basically putting them on makes her a very skinny, very classically, like, K-pop idol vibe thing. And she's having problems taking them off and the whole thing. But basically it has a similar vibe to Shrek, where it's like you can't see what's on, like it's not what's on the outside that counts, it's what's on the inside. And she was happier with herself originally. That was who she was. And she needs, I'm trying to remember exactly what happened with the shoes, but there's side thing. There's like this group of like, you know, handsome wizards, and the main guy is Merlin, and they fight evil, but they got cursed by a fairy witch to be little trolls whenever anybody looks at them. So when they are alone and look at themselves, they look like, you know, they're normal. But if other people are looking at them, they turn into these little trolls. And the main guy, Merlin, was very, very self-centered and conceited, and he was like, I'm the hot guy, I could pull any woman and any hot woman, you know, and this whole thing. And so it's basically Snow White sort of interacted because she's very, very, like, stereotypically hot in the shoes. So he's like, oh, I'm gonna get her, you know, to kiss me and whatever and break the curse and yada yada. And so it's them sort of going on the journey together, and like they fall in love, and it's cute, and Merlin learns his lesson, and it's nice. Again, nothing crazy, but it's sweet.
That sounds cute.
It's certainly a movie that I watched when I should have been going to bed and stayed up too late because I went,
the
feeling
best
it.
kind of movies.
That's what I did with Trolls 3. Guys, I'll die on the hill. Trolls 3 is a fun time, okay? The music is just a romp, okay? I like the final, like, I'm trying to remember the name of the song, but they do a song and it solves the plot. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but it's just a fun time. It's just a fun romp, okay? It's just a good time. See a kissing scene and you put on... No.
Not in recent memory. Maybe
No.
when I was younger, I did
I know
that. Here's what I used to do. Not for kissing scenes, but in scenes where either the secondhand embarrassment was too strong, or I knew that like something bad was going to happen, like the liar revealed was about to happen, I would find an excuse to leave the room. Because I couldn't take the secondhand embarrassment. I remember one specific instance. I went to someone's birthday party. I don't remember whose it was, but it was the year How to Train Your Dragon came out. And there was the scene coming up where Hiccup had to fight the dragon in order to like graduate dragon school. He was going to do it in front of his family and everything. But this is after he decides like, I'm going to show everyone that dragons aren't bad. Like, they aren't scary. I'm gonna, like, prove everything they know to be false. And I don't remember how old I was, but I had this feeling in my stomach where I was just like, oh no, here comes the liar revealed, and he's gonna get yelled at, and it's gonna be bad, or something's gonna happen. And I found an excuse to go to the bathroom.
Oh my god.
And just leave the scene. So by the time I came back, I walk in on Stoic saying, "You're not my son." And I'm like, "Yep, I knew it was gonna happen. That's why I left." I don't know why. The secondhand oh, that was another scene I would leave the room for. When I was watching The Little Mermaid and she starts combing her hair with the fork and everyone stares at her. Comedically, it's a fantastic scene. Like, as an adult, I recognize that. As a kid, the secondhand embarrassment was so strong, I had to leave the room. The same thing goes for in Mulan, when she's in the army camp for the first time and she's like trying to act like a man. I had to leave the room because I felt so embarrassed.
Wow. See,
for some reason, I don't know
so
why.
I've never had it to the extent.
I don't know why I had that so bad.
I have to leave the room, but Dylan, whenever we watch the Tom Holland Spider-Man, Tom Holland, like Peter Parker, played by Tom Holland, is very like cringy and awkward.
Based.
Is so cringy and awkward.
I feel that in my soul.
Dylan is like internally cringing the whole time about any like interactions of Tom Holland's Peter Parker with like the Zendaya's character MJ and like all this sort of stuff. And Dylan's just like, oh no, and I'm just like he's quirky. It's whatever. It's endearing. I don't really whatever. You know, they'll get together. I'm not gonna be embarrassed for them. Same with Miles and Gwen. Like, I don't have a problem.
Oh, Miles and Gwen are cute.
Yes, but the first thing is him being the most fucking awkward and getting his hand stuck in her hair and being like, I'm just gonna pull it. And like, dude,
well,
chill.
I am glad I reached the point where that movie came out where I got over the secondhand embarrassment.
Really?
Because that scene just cracks me up. I watched it with you, Ori. We saw that in theaters for the first time. We were laughing our asses off.
I'm saying, really, I'm glad you were over it. I've never had this problem so strong where I had to leave.
It was stronger when I was in elementary and middle school. And I think that has to do with, like, you know, the pressures you feel as a young kid. Like, because you're like, oh, why is the character doing this? Like, they shouldn't be doing this. Ah, why?
I guess I was just a really cringy kid and I really didn't give a shit what other people thought about me.
I don't know. I need science to explain the secondhand embarrassment syndrome. Like, please help me understand why this was such a thing when I was 7 to 10 years old.
I get secondhand embarrassment for people who are being like Karens in public. That is like, oh god.
See, that just fills me with rage.
To me, it's like, oh god, why are you
that one's more of an oh my god, fuck off reaction than secondhand embarrassment. Like, if you want to broadcast to the world you're a piece of shit, like, that's your prerogative, I guess.
But with like kissing scenes and stuff like that, Dylan jokingly likes to cover my eyes as like a joke, and he gets his hands slapped away. But I will say, sometimes shows have like really, I guess the word is like
be a psychology component
sex
to it,
scenes, and I'm just like, oh, I don't want to be here for this. Like, why are we going into it this much? You know what I'm saying? It's like, do we need...
See, my gut reaction for that is to go stone-faced, because like as a kid, I didn't watch movies like that, but you know, you eventually come to an age where your parents are like, okay, fine, you can watch this movie with us. It has this kind of scene in it. It's like, maybe it's the notion of, I want to show my parents I can handle this, so I will stare at the screen stone-faced and show no emotion whatsoever. See, robot mode activate.
We were watching The Witcher, and there's just a bunch of like sex scenes in The Witcher that I'm just like, we didn't get anything at, like there was no information here, right? At least if they're like talking or doing something, it's like, okay, like there's plot.
Well,
I guess
it's kind of hard to have like plot as you're sexing it up.
Well, okay, romantic comedies have a lot of like really jokey, funny sex scenes, and those are fine because they're like, the point is the joke, right? But there's just like, to a point in like The Witcher, it's like, you could start it up, and then it's like, why do I need to see Yennefer doing with this guy that she's manipulating? Okay, like, I can get that from the lead into it. Why do I need the entire act to be like
why do I need the process?
Right? I've never watched Berserk. I never will watch Berserk. I would not be able to take Berserk ever. That would be rough. Dylan has seen Berserk. I will not.
Berserk is not my cup of tea.
Mars thinks I'm too sensitive when I talk about this, though. She recommended me an anime, and she's like warning me. I'm like, oh no, it was tasteful. It was fine.
Wait, which one did I warn you about? I don't remember.
Twilight Out of Focus.
Oh yeah, well, because they did have those scenes.
Yeah, but it wasn't egregious about it.
I did it. Okay, Ori, to be fair, you and I have not watched a lot of sex scenes together.
No, this is very true.
I don't know what your limit is. I don't know where the line is drawn with that.
I will say
all I knew is I watched TOF and I saw, oh, there's some like light sex scenes in here. I'm gonna warn Ori just in case.
I will say,
because I'm a good friend.
Just like no, I appreciate it. I'm just joking with you. But it was just definitely going into it. I thought it was gonna be more than it was. I was like, oh, this was nothing. This is fine. But no, I will say, whatever it is, we need to show more tasteful, slow closing doors. Exactly, enthuse, or fades to black, or just like you can get up to it and then let them have their private moment, please.
Like put the camera on the ceiling. Put it on the pretty scenery outside the window.
They do that in Invincible, right? He's doing it with her in the dorm, and they're like, you get the implication on the side of like the shoes coming off, and it's like, let me.
It's like we know what's going on.
Be able to know about it. It shouldn't be like
we don't need to see it.
Nearly one step away from porn, right? Like it shouldn't be that close, right? Like it doesn't have to be that close to it. But number two, I will say I have a much higher tolerance when it comes to like animated things, gore, and like, you know, all of that stuff. It's just like you're more removed, I guess, because they're not real people.
Because it doesn't feel real.
Well, it's like when it's live action and there's a sex scene, it's like, why am I being voyeuristic right now? Why am I like impeding on their moment, right? Like this is kind of weird. When it's animated, it's like I know they're not real people. You know, like I know I'm not watching them do it in the same way. It's very different. It feels different. I don't know if I explained it well enough. But same with the gore. So. I can take like the gore in Invincible and Rick and Morty and Castlevania pretty easily. The boys, I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't keep doing it.
Too much.
Exactly, Pastry Puff. Exactly. Give them privacy, though, right? Like.
What book was that, Pastry?
I don't need to know.
If that's your preference, safe, go for it.
Dylan certainly does as well. Again, Dylan watched Berserk. Not something I could do.
I think the most I've gotten was Attack on Titan, and even then,
a love story set in space. There you go, Mars.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna look that up on Goodreads.
I also just find that there's a threshold of when, like, you know, and this definitely has to do with the writing and stuff. When it's like, why do I need this much for all of these things, right? Sex scenes, you know, gore, and all this sort of stuff. It's like when it gets to a point where it's like,
is it a complicated love story set in space, Pastry Puff? Because that's the only one I'm seeing.
Probably then.
It's got a popcorn bucket on the cover by Sean David Hutchinson.
But like, it's like, if it's to a point where it's like this doesn't add to the story in any way, I don't need it.
It's gay.
You know, why have we added it? Vibe though.
No, I am literally out to make my bookshelf as gay as it can possibly be.
There was something I saw, and it was like someone talking about, and it was like, why do you only read or like watch like like gay romance stuff and whatever, and it's like, because they're written better than the straight ones, guys. Like, I don't know what to tell you, but the romance is written better than the straight romance. Okay,
I will say some of the straight romances are getting there. You know, Hormia, I've heard, is very good.
I have seen that one in and out. Yeah,
there's one of the Watakoi, I think it's called. That one's also pretty good from what I hear.
There's something I saw recently.
My Dress Up Darling, I heard, got really good reviews. Also, the main character is voiced by Amelie, so that's
being better, but in a world, in a sea of straight romance, you have to find the good ones. But it's
I gotta be honest. Sasaki and Miyano.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Is where it's at.
That's what I'm saying. But like when you get like the queer romance, you just have a higher sort of like possibility that it's gonna be good, right? Like I like, if there's a queer romance that's bad, that's the outlier. Versus when there's a straight romance that is good, that's the outlier, right? And I think it really just has to do with like, because there's so much less of one.
The problem I'm finding with straight romance is that book talk is really taken over a lot, and there's just too many bad tropes out there.
There's no
and toxic characters that are being portrayed as, oh, isn't this romantic? No, it's just toxic.
Yeah.
Please stop.
Too many things.
So much going on. I will definitely check out that book, Pastry Puff. I am actually making good progress on my book pile. I actually finished one of my library books. Yay. Then I finished the Adventure Zone that I had pre-ordered. Yay. Making my way through Sasaki and Miyano. Gonna start reading Into Deeper Water Zori, so get ready.
Well, I'm going to ideally have the last manga of Dungeon Meshi read before I see you for our con, so you'll have that to read as well.
Oh, I was literally thinking of buying it tomorrow.
Ah, well, you could do that. It'll probably come before that, but your choice. It depends on where you buy it, I guess. Your decision. I will be giving it to you when I see you for the con.
Well,
if you don't buy
actually, Ori, I wanted to lend you a series. I was going to lend you I Hear the Sunspot.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, very good.
Oh, you've mentioned
I think you'd like it. Very pretty artwork.
This is also very true, Enthuse.
Coincidence? I think not.
Like, you could argue that it does have to do with, like, just the prevalence of it. You know, if there's significantly more, you're more likely to have bad ones, you know, that because of the sort of scene of media that, like, only the really, really good queer, you know, stories get, like, super popular, etc., etc. That is an argument that I can see, but that doesn't deter the reason in the end. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely not.
I don't particularly understand how this outfit works, but we're trying.
Hey, we're going for it.
I think we'll give you...
Ah, Nimona is such a good one. I need to pick up the comic
Nimona
of that, too.
So good. We love Nimona.
We're gonna love Nimona.
I was so happy. Okay, Ultraman has a moment that Mars and I were definitely like, these two characters are like gonna be together. And spoiler alert, they don't do that. And it's really good. And it's great.
It just stays a respectful friendship.
You just have a good time.
Like, oh, base.
It's lovely. But in like a normal, in like a classic movie, you would have thought they got together, right?
Oh, yeah.
It was just like,
you would have thought hand down. Because they literally set her up.
I love it.
She is a single mother. She's a reporter who's working closely with him, trying to follow his story.
Trying to
everything.
learn all about him and his life.
Yeah. The pieces are there. Any other movie would have taken advantage of that situation.
But no.
I'm very impressed that
that's not the focus at all in any way. It's great.
I did not watch
seen
Stranger Things.
2 seasons of Stranger Things. I have not seen any more. I don't plan on seeing any more. I do own the first season on DVD
I have
because
only
the first
experienced
season
it through game theory. Not game theory, film theory.
Film
Thank
theory.
you, that's
there
the
you
one.
go. Can you get there? Can you get there? Can
movie,
you do it?
Movie theory isn't right. Film theory. There we go.
Film theory, yes.
Ah, brain.
Brain, indeed.
Brain.
Brain.
Where be the brain? Not here, not there.
But so, yeah. Very good.
Okay, that
we
slash
love
on
Ultraman.
Siomar is great.
Again, we're just trying like a bunch of different things in order to try and then... So it looks like we're only gonna get through CMR today, and that is fine. Such is life.
Such is life, but this was time well spent. Pastry Puff, 100% agree. Like, when they're writing a queer story, like, you know that the author cares about this relationship. And
that
9 times
too.
out of 10, they do their damnedest to make it, one, interesting,
It's not shoehorned
and
in.
2, like,
not
wholesome and
specifically
explored.
safe. Alright, we'll watch. I'll look at the clip in the Discord.
Let us see.
Oh no. Yeah, I'm kind of glad I stopped watching Stranger Things. Okay, I'm gonna have to mute. Mars will not be heard for a minute. Well, I don't.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna watch it, and I don't want to get copyright blibbled.
I've been silenced!
You have now. Goodbye! Alright, now while she's not here, you can't hear her. Let's listen to this thing. You can't. Okay. Watching the embarrassment. Oh, classic bullies. Yes, Mars does scream, but no one can hear her. This is so tropey, like, high school shit. This is so lame. God. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, no! Wow, see, I'm not getting secondhand embarrassment. I'm just concerned. Let's bring Mars back. Mars, you can be heard again.
Hi! I'm watching it right now, too.
Well, I'm barely embarrassed at all. I'm just concerned. Oh my god.
Okay, so she's clearly trying to use some powers of some kind,
so she
but they're
has
not
like
working.
telekinesis, basically. She's
not
had
11,
it for the
is
most
it?
of the. That is 11. Yeah, that is 11.
Oh, she has hair now.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah. It slowly grew out. I will admit,
Oh,
she kind of was
good.
serving with the short hair though. But yeah, and so apparently the powers just didn't work. I'm so concerned. I'm not embarrassed. I'm so concerned. What?
The only thing I'd say was over the top was probably the music in that scene. Like, they really cranked it up to 11.
But it was hella like classic.
It was definitely done with build, because I know Stranger Things pays homage to the 80s and things like that. So I'm wondering if this whole scene is an homage to like 80s bullies and the scenes you'd see in like a classic 80s movie. Maybe they were trying to do that.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, do I get
We were
a
checking out
commission
the
from
Stranger
this artist?
Things clip that Safe put in Discord, Mason. We sadly couldn't show it because copyright is a meanie, but...
Yes.
And I was
Debating
sent
if I
into the
commission
void,
this artist.
or he banished me for a time.
Because I can't have you and... What in this? Actually? What?
Oh, really?
Wait, what? This? What? What? You gotta explain. There's more in-depth explanation here. I don't know what this is. But I found out Wither Rave has commissions open, and they're honestly incredibly inexpensive for their effort. But I don't know. See, made you cringe so hard you wanted to end it? Well, I'm sorry for you. I didn't have much of a problem. So lovely. Oh, I see, Enthuse. I see. Still kind of wild.
Ah, that's really interesting. Does that mean she's going to be in your yearbook?
Yeah, that'd be wild, Enthuse.
That's crazy.
That would be pretty freaking neat. Oh, sneezy, bobeezy.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Really? I bet you have yearbooks. Not gonna lie. You just gotta find them. Not everybody's good about doing their thing for the yearbooks, but...
It's still a fun time.
Yeah, in college.
Yeah, in college sometimes.
They don't, like, take your picture, like, picture day and stuff, but you, like,
well,
send
they
things.
did take pictures for the graduates at my school.
You're right, they do take pictures for
they
the
had
graduates.
Graduate picture day.
When you graduate. Yeah.
Yeah. It was only for the graduates, though.
Yeah. No, I have a yearbook from my college.
Yearbook? I don't remember.
Yeah, I have a yearbook from my college. 100. I have a small college, though, but I don't think we were very special.
Nah, you guys were very special.
Only kind of special.
Which is more than a little special.
Okay, I'm sorry, CMR needs heals. It just is the vibe.
Oh, it has to he's constantly clicking down the hallways.
Exactly.
The heals must be a thing. Also, they help with the height.
Exactly. Short king.
Win-win. Okay, who is shorter? Is it Rickson or CMR?
I do not know.
Because I've been picturing CMR as the shortest one.
To me, CMR is the shortest one. Also, because Rickson is constantly on Uli, so I feel like either way, it doesn't matter.
Why is he standing on Uli? He likes to be tall.
Literally, though.
Meanwhile, Rikuriti, yeah, so I can fly. I tower above all of you.
You're already a very tall, lanky character in my mind, though. To me, you're the tallest,
Guys,
but you're kind of thin.
The only place I get to be tall is in fiction.
Yep.
It'll never happen.
Do it while you can.
I do. Although I literally picked a poppet last session.
This is true. You were the smallest one in your last character.
I was the small that needed to be protected. And now I'm forever traumatized.
Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. I want to zoom in.
I will just forever be mad at myself for not mentioning that callback in our last campaign.
I told, so not to burst your bubble, but I did tell Doug and Dylan about that, and Dylan was like, so Doug, would you have honored it? And he's like, no, I wouldn't have at the end there.
Yeah, no, I'm sure.
But it still would have made for good character stuff.
Added.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, ah!
The anger.
My brain was so dead. Why didn't I think? I didn't have a writer's brain that night.
Yeah, guys, Mars is a stuff hoarder, and in the obvious last battles, she'll still never use it.
Yeah. Hey, this is what TTRPGs taught me. If I have 99 potions, hey, who knows if I need them? I gotta save them. I can't use those. If I use one, I'll only have 98.
See, guys, this is what we have to deal with.
Hey, I'd like to think I've gotten better. I'm actually checking and investigating shit now. That's a step in the right direction. Oh, okay, Enthuse. Aw.
Ah, very sad.
And your books aren't cheap to make, so that's probably why.
Yeah, sadly. If people weren't buying them, such is life.
Such is life.
Proportions bad, but vibe decent.
Ah, there went my neck. That was fun.
I definitely want this wheel pattern to be on pieces.
My mom ordered some, not ordered, but we had to go pick up some bricks the other day because my mom wanted to like outline the garden with them. So the first time we went, we brought the wrong freaking size, so we had to go back and return them. This time we picked up the 16 by 16 bricks that she actually wanted. And this happened on Friday. So I'm driving them back home and my mom's like, okay, I'll help you unload them. She falls asleep on the couch. So I'm sitting there like, okay, I gotta get these bricks out because on Saturday I'm going to see Ori and I really don't feel like driving these bricks all the way up there. I'm just gonna take them out of the car myself. There were 10 bricks, 16 by 16.
That was her first
very
mistake.
heavy. I did have a wheelbarrow, but man, did I destroy my pack. I was in the worst freaking pain after that. I could barely move or get out of my bed. I was like, oh shit. The time Sunday rolled around, I was just like, oh yeah, I fucked up. This is bad.
And that's why she didn't do things today.
Oh, luckily by Monday it was okay.
Oh, that's good.
And I needed it to be because at my job, I gotta push people in wheelchairs around. I gotta move them, I gotta help them, I gotta do my thing.
You do need muscles for that.
I need my back for that. No, it wasn't permanent damage. It was just very brief muscle spasms.
I apparently slept weird last night and my back was upset today. So I did lots of stretches. But it's
needed.
It's pretty good now.
That's a plus. Yeah, guys, I'm actually getting used to sitting at my desk throughout the entirety of stream, sitting in my chair. She's weird
progressed.
feeling. My back is not entirely happy with me, but it'll get used to it, I'm sure.
Damn, Enthuse. You never told us that you were a Minecraft pixel block artist.
That's nuts, Enthuse.
Did you okay, this is a question I've always wanted to ask exactly this type of artist. Enthuse, did you look at a thing that was already pixelated and do it trying to copy it row for row? Or did you take an image and make it into a pixelation thing yourself and then try to copy it row for row? Or were you just a badass and took a non-pixelated image and just translated it directly into Minecraft? Because I've done perler bead stuff and that's pixel art stuff, but I've always had it as the thing is already pixel arted for me. I've never made the pixel art. I've just copied the pixel art onto perler beads. Because that's a lot of work otherwise. Oh, that's a lie. Maybe Ragnell isn't pixel. Is Ragnell a copy or did I do that one? I actually don't know. Ragnell perler? None of you are exactly the same. No, none of you are perler beads. Alright, I might have done Ragnell myself.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, none of these. Ooh. Yeah, I might have done Ragnell myself. None of these, all of these are Ragnell, but none of these are pixelated to the, it's a copy of what I did extent. So it looks like I made Ragnell myself. Okay, so I lied. But the majority of time, I did, I didn't pixelate it myself. What morning stretch did I do? Well, it was my lower back today, so it was a lot of, like, sitting on the floor and trying to touch my toes, and standing up and trying to touch my toes. Those will really get your lower back going if you're really curving, arching, bending your back. That's what helped me today, because it was just tight, you know, when you just sleep wrong, and it's just, like, tight.
Oh, yeah.
Because I guess somehow you were clenching all night, I don't know.
The muscles were just tight.
Yeah. You've dabbled in Minecraft, Pixelart? Safe, you said you did, so you took an image and you pixelated the image and then put it into Minecraft, or you immediately put it into Minecraft? Because these are two separate vibes.
Ooh.
Huh. That's pretty wild. The world of Minecraft pixel art was just after the perler beads. What Enthused did? Okay, okay. I didn't know there was such a thing. Such a tool.
The more you know.
Mars?
Hello?
What about Mars?
Hello?
She's here.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Are you muted somehow? No.
No.
Ah!
I think I'm just being asked something. Yes, Enthuse?
I see. Safe.
Maybe. There was no question mark. I'm still here, guys, I promise.
It's okay, Safe.
Ori was learning a thing. I didn't want to interrupt.
I am always learning a thing. Are we enjoying this stream? Is this much of a thing? Goes on your interface file so you see the great wave of Kanagawa. Oh, for pixel art stuff? For Minecraft pixel art stuff?
Ah, gotcha. Is that why I was being summoned? Because I need to look up Enthuse's reference? Okay, I can do so.
I'm glad you're enjoying it, Safe. On your Insta before that is pixel art? Nice. Pastry Puff's liking it? Okay, I'm glad. I mean, I don't think it's much different from what we were doing with most of the Drawing and Dragons before.
I see Gen pixel art. That's super cool. I'm liking that.
Maybe it was a little more than that, even. Did you learn anything? It's okay if you didn't.
I see 2 Minecraft skins. That's pretty cool.
Ooh, I made a couple Minecraft skins. Guys, I don't know if you guys know, but there's a thumbnail of a Mars dressed as Maya Minecraft character is crouching holding chicken, I think. And in order to get that thumbnail image, I fucking made a Mars as Maya Minecraft skin, put it on my character, booted up Minecraft, and then went into the thing. It's okay, Safe.
Oh my god.
And then took a screenshot in there and made it the thumbnail. However, Villager Mars is made in CSP. By taking a villager and color changing and adding stuff. You're too tall, Seymour. I like how stubby I've made you in most of these. I like the body shape I have for Seymour going on, I will say.
It's very, very good. Captures his vibe perfectly.
I didn't usually do my own Minecraft skin, but I did know how to make skins, and that's how we got the Mars one. And I think my character is still currently Maya Mars in Minecraft.
Aha, Maya Mars has taken over Ori's Minecraft server.
Not a server, just my lone sad world.
Aw. Can't be that sad if Maya's there.
But Maya's me!
Exactly!
You're not bending the knee as much as I would like. There we go.
Ooh, more trivia?
Ooh, more trivia.
I want to see if I can get this one.
The quote ones, I'm always like, can't do it.
I can't do this one. I'm out.
Oh!
Ori would know this one. She works on them directly.
On the first one? Shit.
I don't got this memory.
What was the thumbnail? Okay, I might actually know what the thumbnail was.
Well, that's awesome, MP.
I believe that's what it was. Let's see. Yes, I got it right! Woo!
Woo! Go, Ori!
Nice! Oh, look at me go! Guys. The redirect for Reunion and Turnabout goes up tomorrow. And the image is really good. I'm very happy with the art. We want to see the art? I want to show the art.
Yes.
Let me save this. Let me save this so I don't lose all of this shit I've done. It is truly an iconic thumbnail. Oh! Ooh, let's look at Enthuse. Holy shit, Enthuse! What the fuck?
Oh, damn!
This is not what I was thinking of at all! Jesus! That's insane.
That's crazy.
That's insane.
So, Enthuse, I saw that on your feed in your profile. And I overlooked it because I'm looking at that and I'm like, that doesn't look like pixel art from like the tiny image. So I'm like, where's all the pixel art Enthuse is telling us about? I didn't realize that was it.
Jesus. Alright.
That's nuts.
Alright, look at the lovely art. I'm so happy with it. Also, Dylan looks hella fucking hot. I'm just saying. Can you see I'm going for a theme in this one? Because if you look at if you look at the first one from this, from Justice for All, it has a similar vibe.
It's so damn
cool. Right, we have... Oh, God.
Now Ori's the one torturing me!
Yeah, well, so yeah, we have Nightmare Judge Mars, Payne, what's his name?
Winston Payne.
Wellington, and then me, because I hit my head. I got my head hit. This is the nurse. This is Mimi's nurse outfit. Because it's like the duality of the character. Ooh. So yeah, we have Eenie and Mimi Dylans. And then of course we have Pearl, because she's the front of the cover, right? And then we have me as Morgan, because I'm being the master manipulator.
The puppet
and then,
master.
Yeah, and so Dylan thought the red strings were going to be Psyche Locks. I didn't end up wanting to do that. It's supposed to emulate like the sort of like lines that you see in the official cover art. That's lame, but it like has like different sections of the image just like cut up into a thing. So the other one I did, it was like a broken shattering mirror effect, right? You don't see it as well in this one. Let me open the right one. I think it's this one. You see it better. Yeah, this is the one I did. So yeah, so you see like it's the broken mirror effect like over it, because that gives sort of the vibe of what the covers does, and Phoenix is the main character of that cover, and then Soprella is the main character of this cover. And the next one would be Francisca. Turnabout Big Top has Francisca as the front of it, so I'll have to figure out what we do for that. But yeah, I had a lot of fun. It was nice. I'm very happy with them. I will say I really enjoy doing these thumbnails. It's a little sad that I do have to design them myself. I am like going kind of easy on myself in composition with sort of doing, you know, very relatively symmetrical designs and everything. But thank you, Safe. But they're still better than the official ones. Because the official ones are sad.
Better than the official
the
ones.
first game had awesome official ones. The second game, and literally every game beyond that, has not. And is very sad. I can't believe everybody's getting the trivia right. Wow, you guys know the channel so well.
Oh, so proud.
Mars is slacking.
I just don't have the memory for it. I'm sorry. This brain space needs to be given to something else.
How dare you, Mars? I have brain space for everything.
Yeah, sure.
I got all the trees up here. Did I tell you guys I was like watching a crew dig a hole, and we were talking about the tree that I was, you know, there because of, and something came up and they're like, "Oh, is this a red maple?" And I was like, "Oh, no, it's a Norway maple, but it's actually specifically the Crimson King Norway maple, which is, it's purple. That's the variety, the specific variety." And another guy was like, "What? So you just know this stuff? You just know this?" And I was like, "Well, it's my job." And he's like, "Oh, yeah, you're right." Yeah, it is your job, isn't it? You're right, huh? I just thought that was so funny. Or it was just like, "Oh yeah, that is my job." Oh yeah, you're right.
Like, oh yeah.
That is exactly your job.
That it is. Any lanternflies today, Ori?
No, actually, but I wasn't really measuring a lot of trees, so. I didn't really have a lot of opportunity. I was in my car 99% of the time, because I didn't have to permit, I only had to permit one, but it was literally 2 trees. And then, otherwise I was like, I'm staying in my car for as much as possible, because these blocks aren't right next to each other, and it's raining, and I just, no. Instead, I got to drew that lovely Sidit that ate.
He really ate. He took the whole dinner.
Crimson King, like the band? Like the stand? What? Oh, no, I don't know. I can look up why they're called that. They're a, like, reddish purple color. You know, those color leaves. So they might not be named after that, but I can look. Crimson King maple tree. Doesn't tell me what it's named after. No, that doesn't tell me what it's named after.
I'm on board for that headcanon pastry puff.
Norway.
Neri is the walking encyclopedia.
They're not gonna tell me history. Oh, here it is. Maybe this will give me information. As ceilings, blah 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 blah. This is registered as this. Is that named after the people? Schwelderi. I think it's just Coinky Dink. It is a purple crimson color, and it is the king of maples, I believe, is where they're going with it. Yep. I don't think it has anything to do with the band. Windbreaker, Nire. Would he have an encyclopedia of trees? I feel like the answer is yes, and the reason for that is because, like, blood type, like, character shit is a thing in, like, Japanese, I don't know, culture, characters, whatever. You know, it's not, forget, like, Zodiac, right? Like, your blood type tells you, like, stuff about your personality, right? So I feel like that Nire would then definitely have the tree names to try to make, like, theories about themselves and be like, oh yes, Sakura, you know, all this blah blah blah, because the cherry blossom. And Sakura's like, dude, shut up, please.
That would be so cute. I'm here for that. Please, please, I need it.
Yes! I mean, Nire's obviously, like, super happy to have Hajime, like, chill out with him.
A big bro.
Yeah. Fuck zodiac signs, what's your blood type? Honestly, I prefer zodiac signs solely because there's more of them. There's, even if you count plus and minus, 4 twice, there's only 8.
They're also interesting. Like, you got all this personality stuff included with them,
versus there's, like, at minimum 12, at maximum 8, 13, I'm sorry, zodiac signs, because there's that, like, 13th one. Your blood type is I forgot. Yeah. So, personally, I prefer the zodiac signs. And then I also prefer, if I'm being completely honest, the, like, constellation zodiac signs and not, like, the Chinese zodiac, because that has to do with year, and that would mean that everybody born in the same year is the same, which I don't think works as well as, like, you know, at least the date of your birth matters, and there's, like, more, like, levels to it. Obviously, I don't actually believe any of it, but it's just, like, there's more nuance to it, right? For something that is particularly not nuanced. Well, so, but there you go. I was just gonna say that, Enthuse. But the best option is combining all of them, right? Give your character the Greek zodiac, a Chinese zodiac, and a blood type, right? Like, do it all. If I'm being honest, though, I wouldn't want to get into caller blood types because their blood would probably work mildly differently, but probably all human blood would look mildly differently, because it's like callers aren't really a different species, but at the scientific level that they don't understand that, because species don't mean anything in a way. There's a lot of nuance that goes into it. I keep trying to think about, like, I really want to put out, like, quote-unquote literature on callers and stuff. It doesn't really matter a lot to the comic, but I have obviously, like, thought about it, and I keep thinking about it, and how to make it, like, simple, but still kind of science-y. And, so, hello, Rando.
Hey, Rando.
You've randomly shown up here. That's very interesting, Pastry Puff. Your blood type is red, Mason? Alright. You're not, horseshoe crab Bruce Goodman. Alien
Bright
Goodman.
blue blood!
Yeah, pal!
There is only one gumshoe.
Not a frog, a goblin. A goblin. Okay, give him the Edgeworth, Jabot. Then give him... Okay, how do I make... What if I circle this way? It comes over his shoulders more. Well, the type is H2O? I don't know if that works that way. There you go. Dapper Goblin, thank you. I have a little frog NPC in this campaign, though, and she's really adorable. And Dylan finally started calling her a she. They're very gay, guys. It's very sapphic. I made the whole campaign, like, not hinge, but like have a significant portion of it be a sapphic like romance bit.
Let's just
and
say
I'm
this:
so happy
Ori
about it.
read Sasaki and Miyano before making this campaign,
And then I went, but make it sapphic though. I'm feeling it, you know. And it was so cute, and they're great. Oh, we got H2O2. Oh no. Uh-oh. That sounds like you might be dying, Rando, I gotta say.
That might be a problem. You want to go get that checked out?
Okay. And then give him the dervish pattern here. If instead... No, I don't like it. Perhaps? Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh, dear.
Not in front of my streamid. Stralid. I'm not feeling this like I thought I would, but you know, it's thumbnails. So we're just testing stuff. I tried to give him hair in the last one. I was trying to give him Inigo Montoya hair.
Well, the ponytail was working for a while.
The ponytail was fine. Most of it is just, like, it's hidden by the hat, so it's not really, like, honestly, he doesn't really need a lot of hair, you know? You need to see the frog NPC? I don't know. It's on my iPad, so I can't easily show it because it's not done. Unless I don't think I moved it to my iCloud. I did not. So, sorry. Can't see it until she's done. O positive? I'm also O positive.
I have no idea what my blood type is.
The only reason I know is because I've donated blood, and once you donate blood once, they give you, like, a donator card, and it has your blood type on it.
Ah. I was never allowed to donate blood.
Too thin? Too skinny?
Yup.
Yeah.
Yep. They were worried I was gonna faint.
That was my
so they
friend.
Couldn't take any from me.
That was my, that was Charlie's problem as well.
Oof.
He, like, specifically worked to, like, weigh enough to donate blood one year. Too gay?
Yep. I'm trying to get up there. I'm trying.
What's odd? One, I'm pretty sure that's mainly only to do with gay men that they discriminate in that way. I don't think they discriminate against lesbians in the same way. I might be wrong.
I don't know.
That one I'm not sure about. Oh, that too, though. honestly, if I'm correct, Mars, please correct me if I'm wrong. Mars wasn't knowing the gay in high school times.
Yeah, well, not until senior year.
There you go. At the very end.
Senior year was rough, buddy, on that front.
Mars would not be checking said boxes till much later. College
it's
blood
so fun
drives.
Realizing things about yourself when you're about to leave home. Like, wow, great timing.
I'm such a wild, like, outlier person. Like, I joined the GSA, the Gay Straight Alliance, at our high school because my friend wanted to, and I don't know if he was questioning or not at the end. He ended up being, like, queer in a number of ways, but that's besides the point. I joined because they were my friend, and I was like, yeah, great. You know, I'll join. I'm an ally, whatever, you know. And then someone there was like, I'm Ace, and I'll tell you about it. And I went, yeah, that's it. All right. Didn't think I needed a label, but I have one now, and we're chill. And then, since then, I'm just not, like, besides Ace, I'm just not like a big label person because like I didn't need one. I met Dylan, you know, in high school, like my junior year of high school, and we've been together ever since. So there's never been a need to like label myself beyond that. I will say like I'm just generally queer. I don't, you know, such is life. We're talking about ourselves.
Oh, they're incredibly musketeer, Rando. This is one of our table members' D&D characters.
He's based off Puss in Boots and Inigo Montoya.
Definitely has the Zorro vibes.
Yeah, they don't because...
And he's a dancer.
Yeah, exactly, Enthuse, exactly. So, you know, even if Mars did check the gay box to try and donate blood in high school, they probably wouldn't have been the hinging point. Unlike being below the weight to do whatever. I don't even know what kind of vibe is happening here. Put out a job for fake members to pretend.
Oh, I remember that story.
Oh, I feel like I heard this. It's sometimes. I guess
it hurt itself and it's confusing.
Best laid plans? Question mark?
Oh my god. Do I say this out loud?
Oof, Enthuse.
Oh
I'm so sorry.
We did it, Patrick! We solved homosexuality! That was so bad. I apologize.
Oh, I'm so sorry it was ace-phobic, though, Enthuse. I was very lucky that, like, a main standing member of it was like, yes, I'm ace, and we're gonna teach you about it. And I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. And then ever since, it's just been, like, existing, and, like, ace stuff comes up, and it's like, oh yeah, no, I very relate. We very relate. This is my lived experience. So, very funny.
It's usually around high school or college you learn more about yourself, which is always so fun.
It's one of I was just definitely a kid that never, like, cared. You know? And thankfully my family was not really a family to be like that. Oh, so, you know, you have a boyfriend or whatever. I think I've said this before, but I have the only people on my father's side that are like my direct cousins. I only have 2 younger cousins, and everybody else that I have cousins there on my mom's side. So we're talking about just my dad's side. And we were at like Thanksgiving dinner or something, and the 3 of us are like sitting at the bottom of the table, and I don't know how it came. I don't even remember how it came up, but the youngest of us, and he's going to college in like the fall, so like very soon he's off to college, like at the end of the month.
Oh damn.
So
good night, Mason.
That's what young is. Good night, Mason. And I don't remember what brought it up, but he just literally went, nope, the bloodline ends with us. And it was like, wow. Yes, because wow. Wild but true. It's a very very funny thing.
True.
I was just like, wow, you really had me pegged. really fast. I know you have your sibling pegged, but like, wow, okay. Didn't expect this. Never talked about it, but you know what? Whatever. If we're giving off queer older cousin vibes, who cares? The Justice Society, yeah. That would have been very, very different story there, MP.
Ah, the line of secession. Yeah, make a note of that for potential sailors in the future.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh, Dylan walked in at Mars. I don't know if I don't think we were on the phone, but I was finishing the Kavedon that went out yesterday, and he's like, "It's canon! It's canon! The actual artist drew it. It's canon!" And I was like, "That's not how this works, Dylan. I can draw a lot of shit and it not be canon."
Spin-off art. God, the amount of times Hotsun and Milano have kissed, like,
yeah,
he
and
could
you're
say
really
that's
trying to tell me that
too.
the Ferrex Milano Kavedon is the canon one? Jesus Christ. This is crazy, Enthuse. What is this, like, second image you're showing?
take that as a compliment,
like, displayed
Rando.
with, like, all this information? What is this? Where they're, like, in a museum. It's crazy. When you zoom out and you show me the, like, one little portion of it, that's nuts, Enthuse. How massive that would have been on the fucking map. Jesus Christ. How many hours does this take you? It's so calm, it's making you eepy? Well, you know, it works out. We're the last little bit at the end. The calm chaos. And then you go off to sleep. Well, if that's your time zone.
Yes, we've heard of Cinderblock Sally.
That's wild, Enthuse. Yes, Rando.
I am
the arch mod of Cinderblock Sally. Ori. We know Cinder very well.
Yes.
I'm editing. Enthuse.
Cinder's popped into our streams on occasion.
Enthuse. I am currently on the short list of editing down the Tangled Tower videos, 4 episodes. I am also editing into a compilation, Paradise Killer, because my goal is I have started editing. Yeah, I'm Archmod. I have special privileges because we're besties. But no, I was gonna say, because after I'm editing Farewell My Turnabout right now, and after we finish that, Trials and Tribulations has the new updated avatars, and I'm like, oh no, I want to have all the old avatar content out on the channel before it's new avatar time, so I've really kicked my ass into gear about it. Tangled Tower, the Played Up compilation. Yes, he did, Pastry Puff.
Yes.
Yes, Rando. We played Tangled Tower. You can watch all the streams on our YouTube channel, Ace Tooney. Oh, you're on it right now. Look at you. I see Twitch and YouTube in one thing, so I never know if I'm not looking.
They're just VODs right now, but we do plan to edit them in the future.
They are currently being edited.
They're being edited now. The future has arrived. The future is today.
Oh. So yeah. But Cinder voices. And so yeah, if you don't like watching live streams after they've happened because you don't get to interact, then that'll be for you later on, the videos. Yep, there was 4 streams, I think it was. So there will be a bunch of videos, a bunch of episodes. And
Gumball reference? I'm not entirely sure. The future is today? Is that a Gumball reference?
Possibly. I feel like a lot of Gumball references are just good shit.
I feel like I've heard that before.
Yeah. We have referenced Gumball in the past. It wouldn't be the first time you've made an accidental Gumball reference like Shotofop.
Yeah, no.
Oh, thank you, Rando.
Somehow it's always Gumball. Somehow it's always the amazing world of Gumball that I end up quoting without knowing it.
It's good shit, that's why.
It's so good that I'm saying quotes without knowing.
I think Amazing World of Gumball was like one of the last like Cartoon Network shows I really watched.
Yeah, honestly. I want to get into Craig of the Creek. I never had the time. I caught We Bare Bears in passing. That was a decent
I definitely
one.
saw some We Bare Bears episodes. But I was never trying to keep up with it as much.
But anything past
I've definitely
that,
seen
I have no memory
every
of.
Gumball episode. Guys, we're on to the last thumbnail.
Holy crow! Can Ori do it in 10 minutes?
No. God, no.
Aw, way to spoil it.
I'm sorry, there's no fucking way. This has taken me how many hours to get to this point?
3!
There you go.
No, wait. We started at 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, 3. I can count.
But less because, I had that little intro bit.
Yes. So 2.5 hours. Let's go with that.
Let's go with that. Yeah. This is the course. Yes. You know, I'm enjoying. I will say there's like a big section of like stuff that I was like, oh no, I have to watch all this, and like there's no stream stuff to do. But now that we're in it, I'm like in it now, so I'm having a good time. Honestly, I'm really more here for the rendering stuff that comes later, but I'm gonna, you know, I wanted to get the best bang for my buck, so I'm going all the way. I do know that quote, Rando. I do know that one.
Dang, what a quote.
Okay, I need one more pose. I never managed to do the salsa E1. Bless you. Bless you. Bless you. Okay, you can stop now.
Thank you. I'm trying!
Not hard enough. You're failing.
I'm sorry. What did I start this stream with? My body fails me as soon as a big thing ends.
Good night, Rando. Thanks for watching.
Thank you. Good night, Rando.
But
and thank you for the bless yas.
Basically, right now, Nicole.
Man, I need a tissue.
4 times that's a record. I think 10 is the record.
10 is definitely the record, and I have reached that before.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've done that on stream.
Don't know if you've done it on stream. But yeah, so the course right now, it's basically like, oh, make 6 thumbnails of each character design. There's a whole thing about getting reference. I got reference before stream because I thought that would be kind of boring. I think the art part is more the what I wanted to do on stream bit. Now, I had high hopes to do all 18 thumbnails, but I'm a slow thumbnailer because, you know, the perfectionist is still in me a little bit. And, you know, we're forcing it out.
Damn, I mean, that's a lot of hours.
First part, enthuse vibe. When people are like, how long did that take you? And it's like, God, I don't know. I just did it. But damn, that's a lot of time. I mean, you know, it was your hobby for the time. That's what you did. You were very good at it. But that's a crazy hobby. I feel like, Enthuse, your next step is to learn how to solve the Rubik's Cubes to make those Rubik's Cube pixel arts. You know what I'm talking about? I think that's the level up. Oh, yikes. Alternatively, Enthuse, you could learn just digital computer, pixel art. Like drawing it from scratch.
It's always an option.
With solving a Rubik's Cube wrong. Yeah, that's a level that is like, I'm surprised that that there's a more than just like 1 or 2 people that do the Rubik's Cube art, because like you said, you're not just solving a Rubik's Cube, you are specifically putting it in a specific way. Which is very wild. Certainly a wild thing. Now, okay, guys, this is a question. So the plan with this course would be, the next step for Siomar, this character, would be to take 3 of these thumbnails that I like the most and try to bring them in and flesh them out into larger ones, and taking other like aspects that I like about the thumbnails that I did, and sort of fleshing them out into 3 bigger characters and like more detailed designs, and then finally at the end picking one and fleshing it out to the biggest design, right? Yes, Enthuse. I assumed that. Yeah, it would be wild if it was 400 hours on one. But so the question is, guys, do I show Dylan the thumbnails and ask him for which of the thumbnails he likes the most to be scaled up? Or do I just pick my favorites? Or do I have him just pick one of the thumbnails that he wants brought into a larger thing? Or we don't ask him at all and we just surprise him at the end. What do you guys think?
What do you think, chat?
I wanna hear your driving input for these things. Okay. This ear is not doing what I want.
Uh-oh. God damn it, ear. Okay, Nicole says, make him choose one. Enthuse says, let Dylan pick his own pose.
So Pastry Puff, basically the next step on this character would be to pick 3 of these thumbnails and make them into bigger, more detailed versions. Now the question is, do I just pick my favorite 3 and keep going throughout the line and surprise Dylan at the end? Do I let Dylan pick the 3 thumbnails he likes the most? Do I let Dylan pick one thumbnail he likes and I pick the other 2? Or like I said, do I just surprise him? So far we have make him choose one from 2 people.
Safe says let Dylan.
So it looks like a lot is riding on the let Dylan.
Yes. This is what I'm seeing as well.
I pick 2, Dylan picks 1.
2, Dylan pick 1.
Okay. It'll be hard. I definitely have a top 3. You don't know, Pastry Puff? This is an interactive stream. No, I'm messing. You're allowed to not have an opinion. I'll judge you for it, but you are allowed.
Hey, I didn't know that was an option.
Not for you. You're special.
Ah, okay. Thanks.
You don't have special privileges because you're a host. So you gotta buckle down.
So I'm special by not having privileges?
Yes, you are special by not having privileges.
Oh.
Because you're special, you don't have privileges.
Wow. I don't know if I feel very special.
You should. It means your decision decides so much more that you're forced to have one. Mods ban them?
Well, I personally think because it is Dylan's character, he should get to pick at least one that he really vibes with. He should get a say.
Alright, he gets a say.
His character, after all.
Yeah. I am trying to finish. Ooh, do you guys like the new thumbnails for streams?
Yes, oh, they're so pretty!
I definitely like the one for Comic Corner a lot.
That one's really fun.
It really gives off the vibe. See, we got a rebrand. We got all of the brands readed. Give Mars the privilege to choose one?
Give Mars the privilege to choose
now, Nicole, Nicole, I will say, does your opinion change if Mars is going to get her own character through this process as well?
Because I do get my own character.
If that happens, then Dylan will have to choose one as well.
I'm okay
with the vibrant colors. I'm asking Nicole's thing. I also like the colors. I don't know if these will be the colors, but definitely, obviously, I'm vibing in a color palette. No worries, Safe. I'm kind of glad that worked out that way because it does mean that the rebrand wasn't too jarring. Guys, we already have 1,019 subscribers. Like, that's nuts.
Which, holy crap, I never thought that
We're
would be
really
possible.
going. The thing said 1.01k. Wild. Yes, they'll come back around with new ones with new theme next year. Because we will... Ori's doing art fight until she dies. I love art fight. I get so into it. It's like the one art challenge month that I can really, really, really get behind. In that case, just have Dylan choose. Alright, alright. In that case, we'll just have Dylan choose one for his. I reserve the right to choose at least two, because I do have two I really like. It'll be... I have three that really like. I'm also assuming that Dylan's probably going to choose one of the ones that I already like. If I'm being completely honest, I would be surprised if he doesn't.
I know which one I like, and I'm hoping Dylan picks it.
Ooh, see, now we can see which one Mars likes. We can learn in a second. I'm gonna finish this one. I am. So we're gonna be on a stream a little bit because I want to hear chat's thoughts too. Poofy sleeves again. Do I want to?
I mean, poofy sleeves are a vibe.
Well, he has them in the one of them. I do like the poof. It gives a good silhouette. We'll actually give him a lapel this time. And then we'll give him just regular coat tails, I feel. And that can be a vibe. They come up, and they come down, like this.
Eventually, the chat banners will be updated. It is a very pretty color,
There's
though.
chat
I'm kind
banners?
of vibing with it.
I need to update my chat.
I think the green banners for Seafoam.
Oh yeah, I do have to do that. The reason that they're not that way is because I tried to fix them for Tuesday and it just didn't work out. Like I couldn't find the files and everything, and then today I was like, I gotta find all these references. So yes, Enthuse, you're right. I do have to change the banners out of art fight mode into regular mode, but it was unfortunately not being as easy as it should have been for whatever reason. Ooh, I gave him like burlesque here. I don't know, but it's good. It's a good vibe.
I mean, look at the posing he was doing at the circus.
Yeah, no, exactly. And then we'll give him his sword. Like this. Sword, very important. No, the mustache does not work on this one for whatever reason. That's fine. Skrplurp. Okay. I think I unfortunately need to add at least a mustache to some of the other ones because otherwise they're gonna bias Dylan. And I do want them to have some sort of mustache going on. I just didn't do it.
I have that connecting point between them all.
Well, I feel like I know Dylan's gonna gravitate towards the one with the face, no matter what. That's just the kind of person he is. So that's this one. So I want to give them all a little bit of a face, just to even the odds.
Even the playing field. Make it fair for the other poses.
Exactly. Oh, this is not the right layer.
Oh, that bow is so good.
This is my least favorite. Okay, then to this one. And mustache. Perfect. That one has a mustache. This one needs a mustache. This one will get the Inigo Montoya mustache because I really, really Inigo Montoya'd him. Perfect. And lastly...
Ah, look at him. He's coming along so nicely.
What is this for? Okay, it's just a weird extra thing. Okay, chat. Now that you have seen... Now that I've thumbnailed 6 thumbnails... Which is your favorite? Oh, let's zoom in to a good amount. Here we are. There you go. Which is your favorite, chat? We'll label them as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Or you can pick your top 3. Which 3 would you want to be brought into some more design thing? I'm just curious. This is the last thing we'll do before we end stream. Because I'll tell mine at the end. Ooh, pastry puffs for 1 or 3. Nice.
Ooh, very nice.
I also will want to hear Mars's after. Ooh, Nicole also likes 3. Very fun, very fun. 1 and... Wow, we're really in the 1 and 3. I'm so curious. I'm definitely curious which one Dylan will pick. If I'm being honest, I'm pretty certain which one Dylan will pick. I'll tell you my guess on which one he'll pick as well, and then we'll update next time what it is.
We'll have to report back.
1 and 3 remind you of Zorro. I mean, yeah.
I gotta say, I like 1,
5,
3,
and 6. Ooh, 1, 5 and 6. I'm sorry, Mars. You like
5 in there.
1, 3, and 6?
3 and 6. Yeah, those are my favorites.
Interesting, interesting. The 3 that I would have chosen would have been 1, 3, and 4, actually.
Oh,
I really enjoyed 4. But the one I think Dylan is going to pick is 1. If Dylan doesn't pick 1, I will be surprised. But that is my bet. Dylan bet. I won't write that down.
Let's see.
Alrighty. Oh, you're agreeing with me? 1, 3, and 4? Yeah. 5 is nice, but I just feel like it's not for this character. 6 is, again, it doesn't have the specific, like, rounded cape element that I really liked. I think it's definitely... I really do enjoy 3. But, alright guys, thank you so much for coming out to our first making time. I hope you made some time.
This was a very successful
for making some time. How much Quatlu on 1? Who am I betting with? Who's giving me Quatlu if I win? Are you giving me Quatlu if I win, Enthuse?
You gotta set the terms and the deals.
Exactly. But yes, I hope you all enjoyed this new stream segment, and we will carry it through on all of the other characters. We have 2 other characters. You don't have any Quatlu, you broke. Tisk Enthuse. I'm sorry, 2 other characters. Technically 3, but Ivan's is not part of this because the assignments for the course was to only do 3, and I picked the 3 I was most interested in doing. But so we have these 3 characters to go through with all of them. Next week we'll be doing Tricky Pick Rickson's thumbnails, which I think will be really fun. And definitely interesting in the body type sort of thing. But thank you all for coming, and we hope to see you all tomorrow. Best
for
family
more
time
Ace Attorney
with Ace Tooney. Yes, so come back tomorrow for more Ace Attorney with investigations, and hopefully we won't have such a bad time. As Dylan screams, I don't think you heard that.
That scream in the background was very appropriate.
You did hear it. There you go. Perfect timing. What do you mean
that
3
was
hours?
Incredibly appropriate when you said bad.
I don't know what 3 hours is. 3 hour stream? Yes. Oh yeah, time does fly by.
Stream lasts 3 hours. We start at 8.
We start at 8.
Tomorrow
All right, guys.
We start 7:30 usual time though.
Yep. Tomorrow we start at the usual time, 7:30 Eastern Daylight Time. I think we're in Daylight Time, yeah, because fall back hasn't happened yet. Eastern Daylight Time.
Not yet.
We get that hour soon, though. All right. Are the roll calls updated? Are the roll calls updated?
The credits, sorry, the credits.
Oh, they are. That's what. Yes. Haha. Thank you to our lovely YouTube channel members. That it's not scrolling. There it goes. Slow. Paste. Parry is Parry. Nicole. Dichotomy Games. Thank you all to our angsty adversaries. If you want to see your tea-pet on our little shelf, become an angsty adversary. Then we have our doofus detectives, Lakitu Bro, Aragorn, Canadian Lucifer, and Tay. So yes, if you want to see your little tea-pet sitting with everybody else on our little table or shelves, become an angsty adversary. Join the ranks of these people. Otherwise, you get all embodied by Flair, our little chat avatar, Bird Boy. Otherwise, thank you so much for coming. Thank you for the reminder, Nicole. I'm bad about this. But yeah, all right, guys.
But they were updated. Yay!
They were updated, and the videos starting tomorrow should be updated as well. I'm pretty sure. But thank you all for coming, and we'll see you tomorrow. Good night.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.